trackside race ceremonies.
And now, race fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats.
I don't want to. I'm tired.
From New Springs
I'm not
Church
tired.
in
I actually
Florence,
feel good
South
today.
Carolina, performs God Bless America.
Oh, great. We get the double feature of God Bless America and the national anthem. God bless America, except the state of Texas. Fuck yourselves. Your football teams suck, and your policies suck. I don't know why I'm making y'all listen to this. It's because I'm waiting to get my stream up on my phone before I start talking. Bro, you're too close to the mic. He said, God. Anyway, now that I can mute that, hello, boys and girls. It's fucking Saturday. We got nothing better to do. I worked a lot this week, so I want to watch a race. Thursday, I want to watch some football, though. So I know college football's in full fucking swing today, but college football is fucking lame to me. Like, I watch bowl games, playoff games, you know, the games that matter. There's just, I've been over in the past why I don't really care for college football. So I'm just going to watch this Xfinity Series race. I'm sure the ratings for this will be garbage because it's on NBCSN and college football is on right now. But I'm that guy that's going to sit here and watch it because I love racing. And it's really tough seeing Darlington after, you remember I was at Darlington in May, and to see it on television and not be there now is kind of bugging me. Oh yeah, Robert, that adulterer in the 54 car's got a strong shot at winning today. Hey, Lori. I'm kidding. I don't know what's going on with Denny. We may never know. There was that rumor about him taking fingers in the butt from a hooker in Las Vegas in 2012, but we won't get into that. May all your college football teams do well. If they do, I'll get to watch them eventually in the college football playoffs. So today's money is on Allmendinger. If Allmendinger wins, I get $12. Couldn't pass him up. He was 11-1. Cindric kind of sucks at Darlington. Didn't want to take him, and I saw Allmendinger sitting there at 11-1 or whatever it was, and I was like, yeah, give me that. He's on fire right now. Everything's going right for AJ. Hamlin will probably win and fail post-race. I wonder if his wife gets or his girlfriend. I don't think they were married. Girlfriend, whatever. She get half the trophy if he wins. I think if you were going to pick Denny Hamlin to win anything this year, it would be at Darlington. Just based on the way he runs there. But I'm not so sure I'm going to pick him tomorrow. I got a lot of thinking to do about my pick for tomorrow. Me and Dylan are going to Bristol in 2 weeks. We're going to the Cup race. I don't think we're going to the Xfinity race. We're going to the Cup race at Bristol. So sadly, 2 weeks from now, you won't get a stream from me because I'll be at the race. And hopefully I'll get back home by 1 the next day so I don't miss any fucking football. Because that's all that matters to me. I don't want to miss football. Could watch it on my phone in the car, but I'd rather sit down and stream it and watch it with you people. Hopefully Dylan will just be like, fuck it, let's go to Bristol and then drive back. That's what I'm really hoping he wants to do. It'd save us money. Fucking A. We get down there early in the day, go eat somewhere, go check out the fucking diecast tent, go broke there, and then watch the race, and then hop in the car and go home. Because it's really not that far from here. It's like it's about the same as Darlington. Bristol and Darlington are about the same distance from my house, opposite directions. And then Charlotte Motor Speedway is less than an hour and 15 from my house. So I can go to a lot of races. But seeing Darlington on TV right now and not being there kind of sucks. I wish I was there. Because I had a wonderful time at Darlington earlier this year. I'm off Monday, thank God. I don't have to be off Monday, but I was at work, and I was like, are we taking Monday off because of Labor Day? My dad goes, you can if you want to. And I was like, yep, you open the door. I'm walking through it. I'm off Monday. So I will see their ass on Tuesday. They are still struggling with COVID side effects. I'm completely over it, and they're still struggling. I've been over it for quite a while, and they still can barely get through a day. Got my bootleg microphone stand here. It's made my NASCAR streaming life so easy. Got my headset propped up on a lamp. My little LED lamp. And I'm all alone today. Dylan will probably be here tomorrow for the Cup race. Can't believe the Southern 500. The first race of the NASCAR playoffs is on NBCSN. It's not on NBC. What the fuck are they showing on NBC tomorrow? It's the NASCAR playoffs kicking off, and it's the Southern 500. But you can't put it on NBC. Go fuck yourselves. And then Bristol's going to be on NBC, but I'll be at that race, so does it fucking matter to me? No. Joey Porter, oh God. Joey Porter going to fucking stab somebody or something? He's going to assault someone in the parking lot? Is he going to get on the field and start a fight amongst players, then get the opposing team flagged? Joey Porter's a piece of shit. That's college football. There's so many. Every year, I swear, there's like 10,000 fucking blowouts the first week of college football.
For the fourth time this season, Austin Cindric has scored.
Sadly, there's not going to be any rain delays this weekend, so we're not going to be streaming Busted in GTA 5M. Because the weather looks great. That's another reason I wish I was there. I'm like, damn, this weather looks not. It's actually not scorching hot outside. I went to work yesterday morning, and it was cold. It was like barely 50 degrees. It was cold. Of course, it warmed up really fast, but it never got hot. And then today, it's not really hot. And I'm like, damn, son, fall weather, bring it on. I can't wait. Tired of fucking melting when I step outside. Guess when I go to Miami next month, I'll have that to look forward to. Till then, hope it stays cooler around here. It's not as cool yet as I would like it to be, but it's nice. So nice that I wish I was at the racetrack. So we knocked Darlington off the bucket list earlier this year, and then Bristol in 2 weeks. That'll be another one I can cross off the list. Gonna go to Daytona next summer. I don't think I'm gonna go to the Daytona 500, though I would love to. But Daytona next summer is probably gonna happen. Daytona in the summer and Martinsville in the spring next year. Or 2 races I'm looking at.
Now let's go to pit road and Dave Burns. Rick, due to COVID protocols, Justin Allgaier's crew chief is not here this weekend. Next man
The old COVID protocols.
Alan Hart. Alan Hart's been a part
There's
of
Allgaier. He won me like $11 last time at Darlington.
many of the on-track
I was there and was very happy.
that the normal crew chief
That was better to win like a little bit and be there in person to see it.
Alan just this time gets to be the voice and maybe lose a
And I love that paint scheme because I love ice cream, and I haven't had ice cream in over 14 months. I have not had ice cream in 14 months, guys. That is hard for me. I had 2 Krispy Kreme donuts yesterday because, of course, if you bring a box around, I'm going to have a little. That's the first, like, really sugary thing I've had in a long time. I had 2 Krispy Kreme donuts. Just the regular old glazed. I'm a simple man. I'm a man of simple tastes. Just like Joker. See, I'm a guy of simple taste. Well, can it teach Daniel Hemrick a thing or two about how to win a damn race? Hello, Mr. Ozzy.
He said, today, I will approach Darlington like I've never approached it. Aggressive from the start. We'll see if it pays off with his first ever Xfinity Series win.
So again, I'm watching on the NBC app because we don't get NBCSN in HD here, and I'm not watching it like poor people. Picture quality means a lot, so I'm probably about 45 seconds behind what you're seeing on your screen. But I'm watching on the NBC Sports app, as always.
Our
And even the races in the playoffs on NBC, I'll be watching on the NBC app because I'm going to want to watch football at the same time, and it's easier to have the cable on football when I can watch the race on the NBC app. So we'll be behind pretty much every playoff race except the two that I'm going to, Bristol and the Charlotte Roval. I'll be going to those races.
And when Fritz tells you to fire the engine, you fire the engine.
Hey, Ricky Carmichael's here. Hey, who gives a fuck? 10,000 commercial breaks. This race needs to hurry up. I'm going somewhere afterwards. I'm going to eat. And I'm kind of hungry now. So I'd really like to fucking get going here. This race should have started at least an hour or 2 hours earlier than it's starting. Would have freed up the rest of my day. Woke up entirely too early today. Last night we tried to play. So we started playing Friday the 13th at like 10:30 for almost an hour. Couldn't finish a game. Couldn't get into a game. The game was lagging. It was kicking us out. The fucking pings and servers were dog shit. So we stopped playing for like 45 minutes. I went into Red Dead, and then after midnight we tried again and had a lot more luck. But I think I've talked everybody into playing Red Dead next week instead of Friday the 13th. We might give Red Dead Redemption a shot because I love playing that game online. Hopefully everybody has a good time. We'll always fall back on Friday the 13th if not everybody's into it, but I'm looking forward to it because at the moment we stopped playing Friday last night for a little while and I went into Red Dead, I went from being super tired and cranky to being wide awake and happy because I'm like, oh my God, Red Dead, I love this. Okay, Mr. Ozzy, I see you there. Meow. A whiny cat. I've had the weirdest sleep habits this week. I'm not even kidding. Like I worked Monday and then I was off Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I worked Thursday and Friday. But my sleep habits have been fucking insane. I keep falling asleep at like 6 o'clock at night and waking up just after midnight or something. It's been weird.
Haircuts. The pros in men's hair. Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR. Visit GoCreditOne.com. And by Toyota. Wins at Darlington. Yes, sir. You did it, bud. Please run it, Darlington. And here's today's starting grid brought to you by Sport Clips. And what a great place for Daniel Hemrick to potentially get his first win. Joe Gibbs Racing has been very dominant this racetrack. He'll start up front alongside the hottest driver right now in the Xfinity Series, A.J. Allmendinger.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know who half these kids are. It's really hard to get invested in any sport or football game if you don't know half the players, more than half the players on the field. Like in like who's this? But with NFL, it's like, oh, these guys have a history and I've watched them play a long time and I know who everybody is.
A.J. Allmendinger, Cindric fighting for that regular season championship. Cindric's going to have his work cut out for him today.
Yeah, Reddick back in row 14. Remember the starting lineup set mostly off from the finishing order last week at Daytona. That kind of mixes things up. Austin Dillon all the way back in row 18. B.J. McLeod in row 20. Greg Gaulding has to go to the rear. Unfortunately, him, he's back there already.
All right, Ricky, we're going to challenge you right away. Let's dial up on the radio. Brandon Jones. Ricky, if you can chat with him just a little bit as he's coming off pit road.
Hey, Brandon, Ricky Carmichael up here in NBC booth. You got a copy, bud?
I do. What's going on, guys?
We're just ready to watch you do battle. Hey, man, you've had a lot of luck here. You won here last year, third here in May. What is it about this racetrack that really suits your style?
Man, well, we all know as drivers, this is the driver's racetrack. 100% really slick, a lot of bumps, but I know now this
what's your first thought on that new patch? Think it's a slippery grip? What if you had to guess, what would it be?
Man, just drove through it right there, and it seemed really smooth. But
One thing I do know, you would think freshly repaved tracks equals grip, but do you guys remember 2012, the first race on the newly repaved Kansas? There might be grip in one line, but I bet that shit's going to be slick as owl shit until it gets rubbered in. I don't think there's going to be a lot of grip over there until it gets rubbered in. Until then, it's going to be like driving on ice, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the story of why they repaved that spot. I still don't know the details behind that. I'm sure there's a good reason.
And one of the, I call it the sketchiest parts of the race. It's so narrow, not a lot of room. So the question is it gripped up like you expect new pavement to be? Or does it have less grip because we haven't seen cars on it? You heard Brandon just, he's not even sure. Well, I don't know, felt kind of smooth. He's at pace speed. How does he know? So, I think we've taken for granted no practice at some of these racetracks. This one right here is kind of got my attention more than any other track because of so many unknowns.
Jeff, you had success at this racetrack. What do you think about the new pavement here?
Well, I immediately thought it would be tons more grip. Like, it wouldn't even be a conversation, but then NASCAR has a way to measure.
I've seen a lot of wreck fests on newly repaved racetracks.
Part of the racetrack. And every team member, every driver went, what? How is that possible? And so there's just so many unknowns. What I think will happen is I think it'll have grip right off. I think that grip will get bigger. Ricky, you were on the track. I mean, were you able to feel anything?
It was hard to tell. Probably wasn't going fast enough. But what I will tell you, I could feel the transition from the new patch to the old track. I did feel it wasn't completely smooth and a little bit lower in that new groove there. There was a little bit of a bump before you got to the transition. So it's going to be interesting, especially when these guys have way more speed and more load and how it affects the race car.
If you're going to guess any which way, I would guess less grip. Because if you guess like it has a bunch and you're wrong,
Oh, yeah.
bad guess.
That's a good thing that these drivers probably are.
This hopefully won't look like the beginning of the iRacing Pro Invitational with the next-gen car when they went into Turn 1 and 2 at Darlington and the whole field crashed. Remember that? For all 2 people who still watch the iRacing Invitational, I bet that never comes back again. I stopped watching it after Coda. So I was like, oh, this shit's not even fun now. I didn't even watch Chicago Street Course because I said it was like a Formula 1 race. Whoever gets out front wins. Game over. Look at that adulterer in the 54 car.
Why that new pavement everyone's talking about? Then he said, I'm going to get 147 laps of experience.
If Joe Gibbs is the good Christian man he says he is.
Prepping us for the September 25th Xfinity Series playoffs, which begin in Las Vegas. It's Las Vegas native Riley Herbst. He'll be carrying the South Point cam today. Also have a helmet.
Oh yes, Riley Herbst, because I'm supposed to give a shit.
Playoffs if he can win or stay above the points cut line. He's plus 68 coming in, but he's 12 out of 12. He needs to move up in that order with a good race today, Parker.
And Dave, in the 0-2, the normal full-time driver is normally Brett Moffitt.
Oh yeah, Ty Dillon is in the 0-2. Brett Moffitt had to leave for a medical problem. They haven't said what it is. Hope he's all right. Hope he's doing well.
Truck from a dealership, his phone rings. It's our Motorsports saying, can you get down to Darlington and drive this car? He scrambled home. His bag was packed with all his race gear. He grabbed that.
Why would they ask Ty Dillon of all people?
Who flew him down here, and I watched Ty Dillon walk into the garage here at around 2:45, fully dressed in his race suit to go sit in that race car for the first time, which was what, about an hour ago? He's now going to be starting this race, as you see, going to the rear for that driver change, guys.
Good looking scheme on that 0-2. A little bit of a throwback.
Yeah.
Horsepower right on the hood. I kind of like that.
Yeah, old school. All right, Steve, let's break down this race.
Well, Rick, don't blink. We talk a lot about the Southern 500.
Robert, I have seen a lot of people say stuff like that and delete their tweets, bro. That happens a lot. People will be like, God damn it, I fucking hate you. And then they delete it, and it's like, oh, wait, you can't delete it. It's already on the internet. It's there forever. So.
Down into 3 and 4, 23 degrees, but a much tighter radius. We see it's really easy to overdrive turn 3.
Where there's smoke, there is fire, but it doesn't really matter. It's nobody's business but Denny's. This is a short race, which is good because it's almost 4 o'clock and we haven't fucking started yet. We're going green this time. She probably deleted her account because she was getting 10,000 fucking tweets and messages about it. I believe her. She probably had some legitimate problem with him, but like I said, who cares? It's none of our business. It's just funny to joke about now.
you, there's a lot of question marks, cautious, to say the least, at the start here.
Cautious, to say the least, at the start.
Allmendinger, Hemrick, Haley, and Allgaier. And then Jeb and Harrison Burton. We are going green. Darlington, I miss you. I'll see you again one day. I'll be going back to Darlington one day. Watch this turn 2 over here. Hemrick shoots out to the lead from the outside. Outside line looks pretty stout. Look at all the dust they're kicking up on that freshly paved part of the track. Allgaier off a 2 takes second. Haley into third. Allmendinger drops to fourth. And Hemrick's out of here with the lead. I'm guessing there will be a competition caution like 15 laps in or whatever. That's what I'm guessing. Hemrick leads lap 1. Every lap they're going to get a little more aggressive. Whoa, Mike Snyder. Mike Snyder almost caused another wreck for like the 3rd week in a row. Oh, the 8 car in the wall. Sam Mayer just knocked the wall down off a 2 right in front of Denny Hamlin. You know, these composite bodies, as they bring up all the time, can take a lot, so I don't think that's as bad as it looked, but he smacked the wall pretty good.
Here's a great shot looking down the backstretch, Jeff. Yeah, this is a rookie. He is out of the groove. He does not know any better.
Hey, Eric Estep, they gave you a shout out. Jeff Burton said out of the groove.
Way too high. Tries to get out of the gas. Too late in the wall. That's Darlington right there. That is, you cannot.
Denny Hamlin was taking it really easy on the gas. He was running the bottom, and even before Sam Mayer hit the wall, Hamlin was pedaling that thing off a 2.
Take it easy, telling Sam Mayer, as you said, doesn't have the experience, doesn't know what the grip level is in that patch. To take it easy and survive through those first couple laps. As you said,
Sam Mayer looks like he's just hanging on.
Throughout the day, we're going to reference the Darlington strike. That wasn't a Darlington strike. That was a hit coming out of turn 2.
He's still going pretty good, though. I mean, you know, he...
Got a battle for the lead. Allgaier's chased down Hemrick into 3. Great run off a 2 there for Allgaier. He won me $11 here in the spring.
The winner from the spring race here mentioned this in Atlanta. 2 tracks that he's won at, lower grip, had him circled on his calendar. I really think that helps a driver. When your mental approach is, I can win at this track, and then you prove it to yourself, you have to come in kind of on your tiptoes, a little more excited, Dave.
And there's the tiptoe area right there. After the second
That patch reminds me of the patch at Daytona that you can still see the outline of to this day from where Juan Montoya hit the jet dryer and had to repave that one part of the track.
driver has to attack it once he understands it, and after 4 laps he does.
So,
Well,
Jeff,
he understands most of it.
so Jeff, by now, do you think that these guys know what they got through that patch for the most part?
5 laps in.
The grip level is concerned.
Ryan Sieg in the top 10.
I think it's going to change. I think right now it's clear to them with this many laps on tires, with this kind of fuel, this is what I've got. But I do think they're going to have to stay.
What about those guys running the transition from the new pavement to the old pavement? 'Cause you see some guys straddling the white line near the apron and on the bottom of the racetrack.
The about this racetrack right now, they're running pretty much on the white dotted line.
Allgaier looked like he was going to chase down Hemrick and blow by him there, but his run's kind of stalled out here. Denny's just gotten to the top 10, 10th place. He's got a shit storm ahead of him. He's got Herbst, Jeb Burton, and Ryan Sieg, and all 3 of them look immensely slower than Denny. And it's really Herbst that's slowing these guys down. Although Jeb Burton's not doing too well either. He's dropped a few spots since the start. Allgaier, big run off of 4, not enough to get there, but he's closed back in on the 18.
That's how you do it. Right now you're going to test the 39 to see if he wants to drive in here too wide, and I can't imagine Sieg is going to want to.
Ooh, Denny barely cleared Sieg.
Denny Hamlin told me before the race, he said with all the inexperience in the field, he feels like his experience really pays off. And he said what that means to him.
Yeah, who would have thought a Cup driver with 15 fucking years of experience would have an advantage over an Xfinity Series field full of inexperienced drivers? Who'd have thought, Denny? What a fucking mind-blowing observation there. Earth-shattering stuff from Denny Hamlin.
He feels like that's his advantage here at Darlington.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. I love that Ray Hendrick paint scheme.
Denny going for 8th, passes Jeb Burton.
Modified racer.
Hemrick still holding off Allgaier.
I love seeing that on the car. And I'm going to tell every young driver, if you want to know how to drive Darlington, you watch this guy right here. You watch Denny Hamlin. He's going to show you in 3 and 4 how to do it.
Jeff, are we seeing right now Justin setting up Daniel Hemrick for the pass?
It looks like to me Justin's car is better over in 3 and 4.
Battle for
He's able to stay a
third.
little bit lower,
Allmendinger was peeking underneath Haley off of 4.
Over here is where it seems like getting into 1, it seems like Hemrick can carry more speed right there.
Well, and that was the thing that I had learned when coming from motorcycles to car racing, and people did
Got some debris on the apron off of 2, but it's out of the way, and there'll be a caution in a few laps anyhow.
You're feeling good, but then you get behind a car, and the next thing you know, the nose takes off.
And this is what Justin wants to see. He wants Hemrick up the racetrack because just what you said, it puts downforce on that 7 car because he's able to stay under him. Now, Hemrick's moved up the racetrack. Tires are old, 11 laps. He's moved up the racetrack because he doesn't have to turn the wheel as much. It's easier for his car, and that part will make the pass harder for the 7 of Algar.
Here's the pass for the lead down the back. Hemrick waves him by. Hemrick conceded off of 2, gave him the wave. Allgaier takes the lead. Debris on the grill, the 18. That's why he waved the 7 by. Well, hell, he's too far ahead now. He waved the 7 by, but he's lost too much ground. He's not going to be able to get that off. He's going to have to wave Allmendinger by. And he does. But I think he let him go. And now Haley goes by. Hemrick is hemorrhaging spots. Trying to get the trash off his grill, and he's not doing a very good job. Commercial time. So, you've heard me talk about this over and over throughout my streams over the last 2 years. Kiss Cruise, right? There's a new policy. So, if one of your cabin mates tests positive, you can't go. Now, when you first hear that, you think, well, that makes sense. But there are people that will not see their cabin mates until they get on the boat. And this was me in the past. I came to Miami and stayed, and I did not see anyone I was staying with on the boat. I didn't see my friends until I got on the boat. So if we have no interaction with each other whatsoever until the morning of the goddamn cruise, but I get there and one of them tests positive, I'm not allowed to go. Fuck that. Like, people are really riled up and pissed off about it, as they should be. And I'm one of them because it's bullshit. As Brad Keselowski once said, it's fucking bullshit. So if one of my friends, Ronnie or Jay, test positive, even though I won't see them till that morning most likely, I don't get to go. What kind of shit is that? So yeah, that's... At this point, is the cruise even worth it? All the fucking hoops we're having to jump through and all the uncertainty and the variables going on. It's just... I don't want to buy concert tickets anymore because I just got burned by that. I mean, not really burned. They're going to reschedule and have the show again. But why would I buy concert tickets and make the trip down there when you could get down there the day of and it's like, oh, somebody in the band or on the crew tested positive. Everybody's got to go home now. Like, just imagine if I had to go. Imagine, okay, Kiss was playing Pennsylvania. A friend, somebody I know from the cruise drove 5 hours to get there. They get there, and then 20 minutes after they get there, show's canceled, go home, somebody has COVID. That could have been me because I was supposed to go to Atlanta to see them a couple days later. Realize how pissed off and shitty that would have been? So I don't want to buy concert tickets. I'm not buying any more concert tickets for a long time. I've got a couple put away. Like I said, I've got Kiss in Atlanta whenever they give the new date for that. I got Alice Cooper and Ace Frehley in Charlotte, but other than that, I'm not going to any concerts. I'd love to, but I'm not going to risk it if it's really expensive. We got a caution, Carson Ware. If your last name is Ware, you're just really good at spinning out by yourself, running dead last. Spin out off of 4, running dead last. Wow, this ain't considered the comp caution. Are you fucking kidding me? What? Yeah, I got shit to do. I'm trying to go hang out with somebody after the race, but what is? Daniel Hemrick's got some kind of problem here.
This 18 team to see if they can get this fixed and get him back out before the start of this restart of this race.
Don't worry, they'll just throw another caution in 5 laps for no fucking reason.
You can check the temperature of
each tube of the header. And one of them's going to be cool.
NASCAR just kills me with that shit.
Cylinder's not firing.
I might leave this racer. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. If Denny Hamlin gets like a big lead or something and gets out front late, I might head out of here early because I got somewhere I want to go. I want to go eat. So I might not be here for the whole fucking race. We'll see. If it's really good, I'll be here till the end, but either way, I'm rushing out of here as soon as I can.
So watch, when he leaves right here, he still has the entirety of pit road to run. So it'll be very close. So that car still sounds a little sick to me, Rick. I'm not sure they fixed it.
Running a little rough there still. They had debris on the front, but obviously that wasn't an issue, what they were dealing with. So he'll come off of pit road, but will stay on the lead lap. The field behind him. Getting ready to come to the green.
Now restart on older tires.
All right, 15 laps in. Allgaier, Allmendinger, Captain Dipshit, Noah Gragson, Justin Haley, Riley Herbst. Shoes rule jumbled up the order here, but Allgaier is the leader. And I like this outside line.
Snyder squeezes up into the upper lane in that red number 2.
I guess we're going to run, what, 5 laps, then throw another caution? Clean restart, just like the initial start. The top 5 or single file. Denny Hamlin is 6th.
1, 2, 3. Haley and Harrison Burton rounding out the top
About to
5.
be 5th. Gregson ripping the outside around Allmendinger off of 4. Second place. Noah's going to be strong today. He was strong there in May. He never finished outside the top 10 here. You got to give the little dipshit credit. He can drive these places like Darlington and Homestead super well. Darlington, Homestead, Atlanta, multi-groove. The 18 cars motors sorted out. They're good now. I think he stayed on the lead lap. And we got a Junior Motorsports 1-2 and my pick running 3rd. Denny Hamlin into the top 5 around Harrison Burton. Going to 4th now underneath Justin Haley. Super Speedway demigod Justin Haley. Austin Cindric's running 11th right now.
Because I don't want a chance not having a set in that final stage. Remember, that's the one thing about stage racing. You would think the comp yellow would be automatic, come and take tires, but I only have 4 sets in my pits. So I know I need 1 at the end of stage 1, 1 at the end of stage 2, well, that last stage is the longest.
Denny going for 3rd. Yeah, Denny's got this thing hooked up. This might be a short stream.
You just can't
3rd place.
have a set of tires. I mean, if you're ever going to lose spots, make it stage 1. Don't make it with 10 to go in the race.
Hamlin started at 14th. He's up to
Denny's just, he had to get reacclimated to driving these cars because they're different than the Cup cars. That combined with all his laps he's run at Darlington, he's going to be tough to beat, and he's going to get better and better as the race goes on. And I think he's already at that race-winning level right now. But we'll have a caution here in a second.
And this is an incredible opportunity for the younger drivers,
Even though we really don't need to have one.
From someone like Denny Hamlin, what he's doing, what his lines are like, how he's able to go through traffic. Easier said than done, right? And that was what I was always trying to do in my short time NASCAR. Get behind good guys, see, like, where are they making up this time?
And where are they making up time depending on their laps on their tires, right? He's going to put his car, watch Denny Hamlin, he's going to move around all day. He's right on the bottom right now in 3 and 4. It won't be long.
And we have a caution.
Oh, but against him, here's the caution right here.
Cindric just got into the top 10 right before the yellow.
Like, take your time to pay attention to what he's doing.
He has taught us a lot. As a matter of fact, when we're riding along on the Toyota onboard, we saw Sam Mayer get into the wall in turn 2, watching from Denny Hamlin's onboard, and we have also seen cars getting sideways in front, just trying to stay in front of Denny Hamlin. So that Toyota onboard definitely valuable for us. As the competition caution has come out, and so now the drivers will decide. Will your crew chief have you come to pit road? Will you change tires? Depends on where you are. Well, NASCAR Drive, that's your live race day companion. You can follow your favorite.
I bet you nobody pits.
In-car cameras. All you have to do is visit NASCAR.com/drive, or you can download the NASCAR
Okay, limited sets of tires. Let's throw a comp caution to check tire wear. Oh, wait, nobody wants to check or change tires? All right.
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, as I was mentioning, Rick, the strategy if you're a driver that thinks he has a shot at winning the race is to save those tires for later in the race. But we mentioned the playoff situation. The drivers in, the drivers out. Currently, Michael Annett is below the cut line. And a big chunk of points. I don't know if he can make them up with points, but you know, the guess he has is he's currently running 11th. You gamble, take tires now, drive back up inside the top 10 to try to score points. That would be the only reason, in my opinion, you would try to take tires right here. We'll see what these leaders do. It's too unpredictable, that final stage.
And just a reminder, at the end of each stage, the top 10 each can earn points. And so drivers that are fighting for either the regular season championship or like Michael Annett,
oh, look.
to get into the playoffs,
nobody pitted.
Any points they can get. And so they would be trying.
Or was pit road even open? I don't know. They're not going to pit anyway. Who
So
fucking cares?
No takers on pit road.
What a shock. Man, this caution was totally needed, wasn't it? You really think this caution's going to stop Denny Hamlin from stinking up this race in that fucking cheated up 54 car? I mean, come on. Let's be realistic here, people. I guess I'll stream the truck race tomorrow if I wake up. Oh my, I'll probably be awake because I fucking keep waking up early any goddamn way, so I'll probably do the truck race. I'm not making any promises that I'll do the truck race because now that I think about it, I could be up all night with my weird-ass sleep habits and want to sleep till 3 o'clock, so I don't know. We'll see, guys. I'm not promising you anything. Cup race, for damn sure. Yes, that's a stream. Thursday night football, Cowboys-Bucks, that's a stream. Next weekend's races at Richmond, that's a stream as well. And then next Sunday, NFL all fucking day, that's a damn stream. You know, I struggled last year. I was like, I don't know if I could stream an entire day of NFL games. So, like, on most NFL Sundays, I would stream a game in the afternoon and then the night game. I wouldn't stream all three. But I learned on Super Duper Wild Card Weekend, having to do 3 games in one day, I can do it. And as hyped as I'll be for week 1 of the NFL, that next Sunday stream, all day football, that'll be a fun stream. Might take a break, like I might have to like switch over to watch another game and start a new stream, but it'll be pretty much streaming all day. Because I don't know what the 4:30 or 4 o'clock game in my area will be, and if it's Kansas City, and if it's not Kansas City, Cleveland, I'm going to have to use my computer to watch that and just stream on a PlayStation to do those games. So I might have to stream from the PS5 to do Kansas City, Cleveland if they're not showing it in my local area, because that's the game I want to watch. I don't care about New Orleans and Green Bay because I think Green Bay is going to spank their ass. I figure next Sunday in my local area on CBS at 1 it'll be Panthers Jets, but on Fox it'll be the Eagles and the Falcons. So I'd stream that because that's my team, the Falcons. 4:30, I desperately want to watch Kansas City, Cleveland, and then we all know the Sunday night game is the Bears getting their shit stomped in by the Rams because they're starting Andy Dalton for some reason. I don't know why. And then Monday night, Raiders hosting the Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson might rush for 500 fucking yards on the Raiders' shit defense. That should be an entertaining one, though. That should be an offensive show there. Every game the Raiders gets in these days seems to be a shootout. Made my playoff predictions this morning. I think my 7 NFC teams are Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Green Bay, Washington, the Rams, Seattle, and Arizona. So I think literally the entire NFC West makes it.
Hitting the inside fender wheel wells.
AFC,
people don't realize that all the
Kansas
time.
City,
That
Cleveland,
was-
Tennessee,
I never
Buffalo,
realized it, too.
New
When I was
England,
racing these
Baltimore, and
cars,
Miami.
You get down there, it's like, man, there is a lot of dust, gravel, whatever it might be. So you got to imagine, you get that stuff on your tires, you don't clean these things off, scuffing them off.
We'll
like
see.
This makes a big difference going into one. Another thing that it took me.
We're going to restart with 20 to go in stage 1.
That it made a big difference cleaning those tires off, but it does. You certainly do not want to go down into turn 1 and have any kind of anything on your tires.
When you talked about how dirty and dusty it was, let's go take a listen while you did that ride. So that is not something broken on the car. That is just the little rocks and sand that comes out of the asphalt and just beating up against the car. And people ask, why is this racetrack so hard on tires? Well, that's part of the reason. The track is so abrasive, it just eats the rubber right off of it.
Almost like a cheese grater, right? Just
Nothing new up front. Allgaier, Gregson, Allmendinger, Denny Hamlin.
off the tire.
Well, we saw Daniel Hemrick. He pitted. He came out about 32nd. So let's see. We're talking about tires and how important they are. How far can he get? How far up can he get with these new tires? He's going to feel like Superman. His
It's really hard. You know how narrow this track is. I've gotten in trouble in NASCAR heat many times trying to fucking barrel my way through the field at Darlington and spin out on that damn apron because I got fresher tires and I'm trying to make up a lot of ground in a short amount of time. 20 to go, stage one, Allgaier. Denny Hamlin spins the tires in the second row. Big time spin of the tires. Noah's got a better push on the bottom. Noah's going to get out front, but he's not going to clear Allgaier. And Allgaier's going to keep the lead here. Oh, wait, here comes a big run off of 2. Noah was able to get the power down on the bottom, but he can't get the lead. He slots into second. Denny's got it gathered back up. Still in third. Now Allgaier goes to the bottom and Noah goes to the top in 3 and 4. Got a mirror full of Denny Hamlin though.
On restarts, you probably want to go the shortest way around the racetrack. Well, right along with Denny Hamlin here. Pay attention to 3 and 4. Listen to the throttle.
Darlington is probably my favorite racetrack. Every NASCAR game I've ever played, I'm just badass at Darlington. I just love it. I love the way you got to finesse through the corners. That very specific line you got to run, depending on how your car's handling.
A little bit earlier in 1 than he does in 3, between 3 and 4.
Now he's going to the top. Now Denny Hamlin. This is where Denny Hamlin's so good. He's going to put the right side right against the wall and then keep it.
That looks like me in NASCAR heat. Denny, way to go. Noah got a little loose off of 4 there, and Denny got a good run. Noah is the only thing slowing Denny Hamlin down right now.
You are right up on that wall.
So now Denny Hamlin, he's got a decision to make. He's going to go to the bottom. Noah went to the top. Can he go to the throttle and clear Noah? Noah's going to get a good run on corner exit. Now Denny Hamlin has no choice but to just fall in line. Now he's looking, what he's doing right now, he's really paying attention to what Noah's car is doing well and what it's not. Like, where can I take advantage of Noah Gresham? Where can I make this pass? What is the strength of my car? What's the weakness of his?
And that's what veterans do. You know, he knows exactly what he needs to do, where he needs to put the car. He knows aerodynamics, where his car is going to be able to make the pass. And that's something that
18 car tearing ass through the field on fresh tires. 15 laps to go. He's 12th. 5 laps, he's gained 20 spots. Noah's got a run on the outside here. I'm surprised Allgaier's leaving it open. Noah's going to take the lead off of 4 easily. Damn. And Hamlin's going to swing to the bottom on Allgaier and pass him for second. What's up with Allgaier? He looks so slow off of 4. It's like he had a problem.
What's wrong with the 7 is the tires are that's how quickly things change here. The car's just not driving the way he wants it to.
No reported problems from Justin Allgaier in that.
Well, Denny's going to win because Noah will choke.
Is not as good against the competition as turns 1 and 2, and you saw the front 2 go by.
Noah's a choker, so Denny's going to get this thing easy. And this will probably be the most lead changes you'll see all day in stage 1. Right on that left rear Noah. Loose. Upsetting the rear end of the 9. But Denny can't get the run off because he had to run the bottom. But he's just trying to pack air on the left rear. And Noah's really upset. That car looks really upset on entry into 3. Loose off of 4, big time loose. Couldn't drive away from Denny off of 4 that time. I love these onboards at places like this. You can see how these guys are working. I think Denny hurt himself that time. Yep, Denny had to feather the throttle there. Got right to the bumper, and Noah got a little tight. Couldn't get to run off. Now he's going to send it into 3. But Noah's got that outside. Denny's getting him loose again. Get the power down, Denny. Get the power down. Noah's loose, loose, loose. And there you go. Denny Hamlin takes the lead.
Now listen, when I grew up racing here, you didn't contend that spot. Somebody got underneath you off of 4.
11 to go. Old Dennis, the adulterer. We have an adulterer leading the race at Darlington. Coming to 10 to go in stage 1. Give me one moment. Daniel Hemrick is in the top 5. I look up and Hemrick's in the top 5. Boy, I get tired of people sending me shit I don't care about on Facebook. Honestly, I find that most men just watch shit for the sake of watching it and don't actually educate themselves or know anything about it, but want to talk about it like they're a fucking expert, and that's a real problem with football. Old Hemrick maneuver. Something's got to spice this race up later to get me to sit through the whole thing if Denny Hamlin's going to lead almost every lap. Oh my God, what? Nah, their playoffs start in 3 weeks at Las Vegas. Hemrick passing Noah. I think Hemrick's going to win this fucking stage. He's got 6 laps to run down Denny, and he just cleared Noah for second.
Wouldn't it be great right now to be able to listen into what's happening with Daniel Hemrick as he moves through the field? Well, you can go inside the headset with access to NASCAR Scanner for only $4.99 for the playoffs. Visit NASCAR.com/scanner to start your subscription today. You're watching the NASCAR Xfinity Series Sport Clips Haircuts VFW 200 from Darlington Raceway. And all right, drivers, what a move the 18 is making here. Daniel Hemrick's taking good advantage of the Goodyear tires.
Well, new tires, obviously. Daniel Hemrick flying up to the field. Noel Grexon, you saw he was sideways off of turn 2. But Daniel... right here.
That's them fresh tires, but that's all tires. Hemrick had a good car anyway. I don't think he has a winning car. He's not better than Allgaier or Hamlin, but had a good car anyway, and these tires are ripping ass around here. 4 to go. Denny's got about a 1.5 lead at the line here.
Yeah, Noel Grexon has his hand. Loves this racetrack, Marty. What's he saying?
Maybe Hemrick's worn him out already. Noah says his rear brakes are acting weird.
I don't know how he could be driving if the rear brakes are locking up. I mean, that would
That's tough to drive Darlington without rear brakes.
Maybe he's got too much rear brake in it. Maybe he's doing the driver exaggeration thing that they tend to do. But it'd be really hard
Spoken like a true driver. Nobody was better at driver exaggeration than Matt Kenseth or Kyle Busch.
That is, Steve, I don't even know if that's the case. I wouldn't even know how you would fix such a thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're locking up. They're definitely grabbing more than he would hope. So we'll have to just see what they make for adjustments on the pit.
Allgaier's dropped to 5th place. Did Riley Herbst get some help here?
98.
Ooh, little bumper from Brandon Jones to Riley Herbst, or maybe he just got him loose. Yeah, pushed air on the left rear. We'll see from this camera. Oh, yeah. And Herbst doesn't have the talent to hang on and keep it out of the wall. 2 to go. I think Denny might hang on here.
To be able to almost wreck someone and not make any contact.
We'll see down the back.
On 2 wheels, but this is one thing that amazed me in the car racing stuff. The NASCAR is like
Hemrick's got 20 lap fresher tires than Hamlin. He's had to work hard to get here though, from 32nd to 2nd in 18 laps off of 4. Hemrick's going to get this stage. 1 to go now.
He might be able to get there, but can he get by? That's the other question.
Yeah, like Rick Allen just said, he's going to get there. Can he get by him?
Burton just referred to drivers as they. They get that way sometimes. Interesting.
If I'm the 54 of Denny Hamlin, I'm
lap
sure
car
he'll
ahead.
win the stage. If Hemrick can get there, he's running for the Xfinity Series full time.
This lap car is going to hurt both of them. Oh, Denny spins out. Denny really just spun out trying to get a fucking meaningless stage win. He didn't hit anything. He's fine, but what the fuck, Denny? What the fuck does Denny Hamlin need a stage win for? Daniel Hemrick wins stage 1.
How about that? Denny Hamlin is
Well, Denny Hamlin looks like he's in playoff form already. That's playoff Denny right there. LL dropped to 5th place, but I knew that lap car was going to be problems.
trying to get by the 74. It's
74 didn't do him any favors. Did Hemrick a hell of a favor, though. Stage winner. That's a tough scene right there, but like Denny needed those fucking stage points he can't get. 32nd to the lead in 20 laps. Tires, boy. I gotta send Dylan a voice message. Yeah, Xfinity playoffs really don't get dramatic until they get it down to 8 cars, because in the first round with 12 cars, you can literally always guess the first 4 that are going to be out. But when they get down to 8, it gets pretty intense. Hey, Major. Well, Robert, if you're just here for a win, I think you've still got that in the bag. Just take it easy around them lap cars. That was a good stage 1. A lot to keep up with in stage 1 there, but I think as this race goes on, it's just going to become the Denny Hamlin show. Because whoever drives that 54 is going to make these races boring. Unless it's Ty Dillon, but we all know he's shit, so... Oh, I didn't know Bill O'Brien was the offensive coordinator in Alabama. That makes sense. Keep his fucking useless ass in college. The Houston Texans are going to feel the consequences of Bill O'Brien for the next 5 to 10 years at least.
Pizzas, so many toppings and so many choices. And with $3 off any large special.
Why am I getting a fucking Marco's Pizza commercial? I can go for some goddamn pizza. I'm not going to get it today, though. I go for pizza every day. That's my problem. Monday, I'm having some fucking Labor Day pizza. Although Louis will probably be closed on Monday. Shit.
Turn 3. Watch this car. He completely
God damn it.
loses
I won't eat any pizza but Louis or Barley's around here.
I mean, oh, that's tight.
Dude, I had a calzone at this tavern called Barley's next town over the other day at lunch break during work. Oh,
We're gonna go
so good.
Right before the checker for the stage when 74 just holds Denny down, doesn't even give way. Not sure if he was anticipating Denny to go around the outside of him, but he gets down on that apron, number 54 there. Watch this. Just no room, loses grip, loses side course, aerodynamics.
Well, I've been there, Denny, trying to pass slow fuckers in NASCAR heat and spin out in that exact same spot. I mentioned that earlier. Yeah, that was 74's fault, not Denny's. Denny was pushing harder than he should have. But I'd be pretty pissed off to 74.
Noah Gregson finished second in the stage. Jeff, those brake issues. Noah had a conversation with Dave Ellens, his crew chief.
Now I bet everybody pits. Hemrick's going to be short a set of tires the rest of the day, but you got to pit here.
But it's delayed. I've never had this before. Is it every time? No, it's randomly. So I've been trying to apply less brake pressure earlier lift.
So I asked Dave Ellens a moment ago, Steve, anything you can do on this pit stop? He simply said no, and the problem doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So Noah Gregson might have to deal with this for the rest of the race.
Oh, what a shame. Noah's got to drive a crappy car. My heart melts.
It's where the brake pressure is applied the most. So 1 or 2, there really shouldn't be any brake.
To quote Wayne Brady, I don't give a fuck.
It would be consistent. So I would basically pit this 9-car, change all 4 tires, and just see if there's any obvious problem, right?
Pit road is now open. It was closed
Here
earlier.
come the pits.
Looked like maybe the 8 of Sam Mayer. Some issues down there on pit road, but now coming for service. Marty?
And thanks to the Denny Hamlin spin, 32nd to first for Daniel Hemrick. He gets the stage win in those 10 stages.
Lost a set of tires, though. I'm sure that will be the only goddamn reason Hemrick doesn't win this race at this point, knowing his luck.
Rear split further forward. Noah Gregson said aside from all the brake issues, his car way too free. That's the adjustment they're going to make for him to stop, Parker.
Right in the middle of your screen, AJ Allmendinger, you see that wrench screw in the right rear was really loose that entire run.
Kind of a shit stop for Noah, over 15 seconds.
Meanwhile, for his teammate at the bottom of the screen, Justin Haley, it was the opposite. Very tight in that 11 car. Could not get to turn when he wanted. And you guys mentioned he had a fire in the right front.
There's the race off pit road. Justin Haley. AJ Allmendinger. Noah Gregson third. Hemrick drops to fourth. Denny Hamlin out of the top 10 for now. But Justin Haley takes the lead. Good stop calling. They got 2 cars off of pit road first. Colleague Racing's on fire right now. I mean, fuck, even Jeb Burton won a race this year. Those super speedway demigods. Had some good games in that GTA 5M server I've been playing in, that I streamed during the rain delay last week. Had some good games in that today. It never stops being fun. Sometimes it gets frustrating, but it never stops being fun. And it's such a relaxing game to play. You're just driving, trying to run people off the road, but I know it's not a very compelling stream, but I swear I could just sit there and play that and stream it for hours and hours. I've made a lot of money lately. It's made me want to start buying really good food every day, but I'm cheap, and I understand that when I go to Bristol, I might end up buying a die-cast car or two. And then I'll really hate myself after that. Wish I could have got that money from Ross Chastain last Saturday night. That was pretty good. We were in the race all the way to the last lap. That's all I can ask for at a super speedway on a bet. Just get me to the last lap in that top 5, and we'll see what happens. And Ross was right there.
Darlington and looking at Ruoff.
Damn Kurt Busch.
Victory Lane, maybe his first ever trip to Victory Lane in one of NASCAR's top 3 series. It could happen today. Obviously, winning stage 1, a good first step in that. But now it's Haley and Allmendinger who are going to lead the field back to the restart.
So Denny Hamlin, we showed him spin at the end of stage 1. Thought he was going to get a win. Got pushed down the racetrack. Thought this thing's got worse. He's leaving pit road. The car in front of him is going so slow.
Oh, whoa, Denny. That's what happened to Denny. He got hit on pit road. Good grief. What else can go wrong for Denny? Damn, it just ain't been Denny Hamlin's week. That right front fender's got a little damage on the 54, but he'll be all right. But yeah, this just ain't Denny Hamlin's week. Denny Hamlin in the no good, terrible, bad week. But it's early. Not the Peacock pit box.
It's crazy. So we had somebody getting to the left rear. We got one that caught on fire. We got some bad brakes. That was on pit road. That wasn't even on the racetrack.
And listen, we've had Denny Hamlin pull out the textbook today. Show us how to race the racetrack, how to pass people, set people up, how to spin and not hit anything, and how to wreck on pit road. So it has been absolutely crazy down here from this side.
Ooh, that's some pretty... Well, I won't say significant damage, but it's noticeable damage on the right front.
It doesn't look like much, but you see it's right by the R in Goodyear. And, you know, the concern is when the wheel turns left, it should get better, right? The right front tire turns away from that kink. But we're just going to have to see. That's a really thin part of the sidewall right there. We'll have to see if there's any smoke. It looks like there's room, but we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Dave?
So Justin Allgaier went from leading this race to 5 to 7 seconds, and then that near spin in 3 and 4 behind the leaders. His right front with extremely high wear on that tire. Talked with Goodyear representative, said that's just the look of a tire that has been worn away completely. That's why he was having so many handling troubles, guys.
So Rick, the whiter part
doubled up and ready to go green again.
Completely gone. Then you see those crazy looking stripes all the way
Love
around.
that paint scheme on Cindric's car.
It actually picks up a piece of that fabric and unwind like a ball of yarn, basically. So that's why
Austin Dillon there in the 31.
Zero.
He's laying low today.
Marty.
Hey, Steve, I checked in with Chris Gale real quick. That right front for Denny Hamlin after that pit road contact, they think is fine. It did clearance the right front. So we'll see on the restart altogether if it is indeed okay, but they decided not to make repairs to it.
It may not rub, but it's certainly going to hurt the performance of that car. That thing's moved in pretty far.
Haley and Allmendinger on the front row. Haley picked the inside. Gets a nice push from Hemrick. Allmendinger looks like he's dragging the brake or something, but Hemrick shoved Haley off into one way farther than he wanted to go. Hemrick slips up in 2. Allmendinger takes it around the outside. And the 2 Collin cars drive away. Best friends, Hemrick and Gregson for 3rd. Allmendinger for the lead. There you go. Win me that $12.
I don't think that's something he ever thought you'd call, Rick.
$12 on the line there with the 16 car.
Said he did learn some stuff the last time, but it's been a heck of a month for AJ, so why not take the lead here at Darlington as well? Parker.
Well, guys, we know how good a month it was in August for AJ Allmendinger, but also Colleague Racing. Remember, back in the spring here, they did not have very fast cars. They actually went back to the drawing board and told me, coming into this weekend, they changed 12 more things on each of those cars to try and be different than the last time they were here.
It's working, because, I mean, fuck, Haley's running well today. I know he got the lead on pit road, but he was running well before him. Allmendinger just taking off on this run. Everything's going right for AJ. I hope that carries through the playoffs. I'd love to see him win the championship.
Frankly, he says, I'll be happy with the top 5. So he's in a good spot to do that right now. You surely have to think with as much success as he has had here of recent, and he's rolling on some serious momentum right now.
Like how they cut away from Ryan Sieg when it looked like he was about to spin out.
He's using a right rear up.
AJ out front, and here's what AJ had to say in the pre-race about this racetrack.
It goes off really into turn 1, and then once I get to turn
His
2,
pre-race interview was hilarious.
Figure what I'm supposed to do. Then I get to 3, I'm like, okay, no, still don't have that figured out. But I get off of 4, and I'm like, no, didn't figure that one out either. So once I get those 4 corners figured out, I'm going to be pretty good here.
I'm glad he's not the only one that felt like that racing this racetrack. I can tell you that much. You are not alone, AJ Allmendinger.
I give him some heads up. At least it's only
I
here
love
for him.
Darlington.
Like every single racetrack I ever went to my whole life.
I wouldn't be scared.
You know,
Who am I kidding? I can't drive for shit.
Expectations, right? Like, hey, man, I'll sell it.
I don't know if I'd be a good driver.
Win this thing.
It's definitely working right now for AJ Allmendinger. Dave.
Running in 7th position is Austin Cindric.
Cindric having to grind it out today. Like I said, he's only running 7th.
And the 15 bonus points that come with it. When I talked to crew chief
And his
Brian Wilson,
competition for the regular season points is leading the race again.
led that decision all season long. He said, I've got 9 opportunities. 3 stages.
Oh, Brandon Jones off of 2 hard on the inside wall.
Teammates, the 19 of Brandon Jones, the 18 of Henrik.
Caution's out.
Off turn 2.
Well, Brandon Jones won't fluke into another one this year.
Narrow,
Bad wreck.
grip.
Still rolling, but that's done for the day right there.
Car right behind it, and there was a contact between the 18 and the 19.
They said Hemrick and Brandon Jones got together. See.
There you go. You can see
Off of
coming
2.
through
Let
the
me guess,
inside
Hemrick
there,
wants to
down
hammer
there
down and get
low.
back in the gas.
Does he make it?
Yeah,
Here's
that's
you see,
Hemrick's fault.
I talked about that transition. That's what I felt when I was in the NBC car this morning. You
I
could
saw
see
that
the
wreck
transition
twice in the Cup race
from the new
this
patch
past
to the old
spring with
track.
Custer
Car probably
and
just got a
Almirola
little
both
light, I'm assuming, loses
in the same
grip,
race,
Jeff.
wrecked the same way, but that time Brandon Jones had help.
You know, Brandon down a little bit, Hemrick up a little bit. You know, 2
And
teams
we have a
not
caution.
on purpose, but that didn't make Brandon Jones feel any better. He's sitting there with a big-time wrecked race car.
Yeah, that's a
It
done
does-
deal.
One thing I learned, it doesn't take much. I was always amazed at just little subtle change. Watch it bounce just a little bit. That rear end gets light, and he tried to hold on to it, but little stuff like that always just use. I just couldn't believe just the slightest little error going that fast, and you're gone.
And Brandon Jones, he just hasn't been able to have clean races. Had been in a lot of wrecks lately. Just hard to get momentum going into the playoffs. Had a really good run in Michigan, but just having momentum going into the playoffs is so important, and it's just hard to do it when you're.
Well, Hemrick's car looks good.
Remember,
Brandon Jones not so much.
he won this race last year. He was running well. He came from toward mid-pack, drove up to the field, contact with his teammate. You know he's upset.
Yeah, so Brandon Jones obviously going to work
This
on
race is
number
taking
19.
too long.
Let's listen into the radio of the 18 after that happened.
You won't come down the racetrack, man. Christ. I can wear your back bumper out. Everything I can do. Get side by side with it. All I can do is cut me a break. Honestly, not what happened.
And Daniel Hemrick also went on to say, in that strip, I was not about to put my left sides outside of it. So that would have put us in a bad spot. So already that grip strip playing a big factor. Hemrick saying, if I would have gone with my left sides down there, it would have put us in a bad spot. I wasn't going to do it.
So Jeff, my question to you: they're coming through that patch and they're getting onto the old surface, and where that car gets light, and your expertise, do you stay on the throttle through there to load that rear end up to create more grip? Because on a motorcycle, that's what you do. You see there's going to be a little transition there, so you want to keep the power to the ground so it kind of blows through there and soaks up that transition. What do you do in a situation like that?
Yeah,
Hard in the wall.
Shot in his head right here is that there's a car right behind him, right? And he's trying to make an advance on the car in front of him, Brandon Jones. And
Well, Robert, I could just take off and not watch the race, but something cool would happen if I did. And that's why I always fucking stick it out.
I don't want to get on that old asphalt.
Yes, I want to go eat and go hang out with some friends, but what if something cool happens on the race and I miss it? You know, that used to be why I watched WWE. I knew it sucked, but I'm like, you know what? What if something good happens? Now I don't give a fuck. I hope I never get that way with NASCAR because I love racing and I'll probably never stop watching it. But today I'd like to just get out of here because it's a good race so far. For some reason, I'm just not that into it. It's that time of year, folks. I'm thinking football and other things. I'll be right back. I'm thirsty. Working up a powerful thirst. Although I'm tired of drinking this shit, this Coke Zero Sugar. I'm kind of sick of it. I need to start buying my own damn drinks around here. It's killing me. But we have so many of these right now, I kind of have to drink them. It'd be a dick move not to. Shut up about the fucking Olympics, NBC.
Cup playoffs, final stop, Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, come on.
And the Tour Championship. Winner gets the PGA Tour's ultimate prize plus $15 million. Final round.
I want $15 million. Whose dick do I got to suck to get that? I'd live on that for the rest of my life. I bet you I could make it last.
On off-road on a motorcycle, 2 wheels. We keep talking about this trip.
I know I'd be able to make it last.
When you're in the car today.
Well, I did. I could feel it, and I'm wondering if it's getting worse. But look at that. I mean, it just upsets these cars. And it talked about. And this is one thing I noticed when I was racing NASCAR for the short time. I mean, the speeds that these guys are going, it does not take much to upset these cars. You can see right there. And I just wonder if it's going to continue to get worse. And some great camera work by our crew there showing how aggressive that transition is, and that's exactly what I felt. Didn't feel like it was as bad as what we're seeing right here during this race. And this track is already hard enough to get through. You heard AJ Allmendinger talking about it, and now I believe they tried to make it better for the racers. You think they made it worse?
Well, I don't know they're trying to make it better. It's just the track was coming up. That's why they had to fix it. They didn't want to pave it. They just didn't have a choice. Parker.
M19 still running? I guess I don't know what a done for the day is anymore with these composite body race cars. Have to get used to that in Cup next year when they start running that stuff.
So if you go back to the man, about almost 143 miles an hour down there, right? So that's the exit of 2. The area we're talking about versus today is about 100, call it 3 miles an hour. So then what does that do? That sends you down the backstretch, and now you're slower. It's hard to see, but we're taking a spot right here, entering turn 3. That matters because the guys, I mean, look at them. They're over 4 miles an hour slower. So it seems like that patch either has less grip or it's the bump that the other 2 drivers are talking about in the other booth rig that you kind of have to prepare for it. Ricky and I were having a conversation earlier. It's all about aero, but I can tell you when the splitter pops off the ground a couple inches, not good.
Allmendinger, Haley, Gregson, Hemrick. Hemrick, who was taking no shit today.
So getting ready for the restart, Allmendinger and Haley. Gregson, Hemrick, Harrison Burton.
Green flag. Noah up the ass of the 16. Haley kind of spins the tires. Allmendinger's going to be well clear. Gregson as well. Here comes Cindric into third. He's clear of Haley. Wow, what a run from that inside line. Haley totally shit the bed there, and it's killed Hemrick. Oh, man, big stack up off of 2. Fucking Riley Herbst getting all up in the way. Even though he's on the lead lap and running relatively well, I'm going to accuse Riley Herbst of getting in the way because he's usually doing just that. He's the slowest guy in any given group of cars usually.
Xfinity Series. This year, still winless. How about the two of Maya Snyder also has won. Got his first career win this year at Homestead earlier. So he's locked into the playoffs.
Great shot right here, riding along the South Point Camel. Riley Hurts.
It's one of my favorite views right here. This in-car really gives you a great perspective. How close they get to the wall right here.
Oh my God, they get so close to the wall at Darlington. Did you guys know that?
Get as much grip as possible, trying to get onto the throttle, back to the throttle as quick as possible.
Denny back in the top 10, just past Terrible Herbst.
Right here, get in behind Denny Hamlin. Take some notes right here. Denny Hamlin been putting on a clinic today, coming from behind several times. And what a great opportunity to learn for a lot of these younger drivers.
Yeah, follow that red.
Oh yes, that learning opportunity we always hear about. I learned so much from a driver with 10 times my level of experience and 5 times my level of equipment. Yes, I learned so much. I learned how much money means in NASCAR following that 54 car. Because no matter who fucking drives it. The monkey from BJ and the Bear could drive that 54 car and probably run third at least.
Another driver that comes to mind, Jeff, when we talk about low grip racetracks.
Kids were like, what the fuck is BJ and the Bear?
Another driver we haven't mentioned up in the second position, the third one of Austin Dillon. So these Cup drivers showing their
Lap 69, nice.
wisdom when it comes to worn-out
I love when I notice it every week. Be careful around that 2 car. He's caused a lot of wrecks lately, Dennis.
So much experience in this field like Denny Hamlin.
Shout out to Denny Hamlin for being smart enough to not put a ring on it, or that would make his current situation very precarious. We got a battle for the lead. Gregson on the first part of a run seems pretty strong.
All these inexperienced guys in the field, man, they can follow Denny Hamlin, they can follow Austin Dillon, they can learn a lot today.
Allmendinger loose off a 2. Not enough for Noah to get to his inside, but he's still right there. Sue's car handles better in 3 and 4. They're both running the same line, although Noah's got his nose peeked down just a little bit. Can't quite get the run. They're lapping Brandon Jones right now. Noah, through the center of 1 into 2, makes the pass for the lead. Noah Gragson takes the lead. If I lose $12 because of this dipshit, I'll hate him even more. 20 to go in stage 2. Look at Austin Cindric, third place.
Learned right there by A.J. Allmendinger is that Noah Gregson's got a pretty good car and was able to get by for the lead. So Gregson's out front now. Allmendinger back to second. And then right there.
And Cindric going for second into 1.
With Allmendinger for the regular season championship.
We've had good points battles in all 3 series this season. Not that that's going to matter. Just playoffs.
Obviously, he's fighting and fending off Cindric there for the stay in second, but really struggling with the right rear grip inside that 16 car right now. Really trying to baby it. Those cars are coming on him really quickly. You see Cindric right to his rear bumper for one.
Jeff, coming off of 2, that patch, that transition, you see that bump as a driver. Do you want to have the least amount of wheel input in that area so it doesn't upset the car even more?
Yeah, I think what you want to be able to do is when you get to the center of 1 and 2, when you start to make that turn, as you approach turn 2, you want that to be as straight as you can. So you're leaving straight. You're not leaving turning the wheel as much.
Gregson's driven away.
That would be the preferred thing.
See how he handles lap traffic. Over a second lead there. And Allmendinger's doing all he can to stay in front of Cindric and Hemrick. And then Justin Haley's in 5th. Ooh, NASCAR nonstop. Halfway through this fucking race. It's almost 5 o'clock. So apathetic today, I'm not even mad that Noah's leading the race. Because we're not at that point yet where it's like, oh shit, he's about to win, you know. Not like Texas last fall or Homestead earlier this year, you know. It's just, oh, Noah's leading. He'll blow it somehow. That's like his thing. You know, I'm so happy that I'm off Monday because that's one less shitty work day before I get to watch football on Thursday. Not that I expect it to be much of a game Thursday, but it's real NFL football, so. Can't be any worse than that Kansas City and Houston game that started last year. Poor Houston. As bad as they sucked last year, they're going to be so much worse now. They're going to have to sign Cam Newton, and they still won't win 4 fucking games. They won't even win 3. I'd be stunned if Houston won 3 games. Allgaier being really aggressive behind Denny Hamlin for 7th. Do I say aggressive as much as like Michael Cole says physical on WWE shows? Physical. This match is going to be physical. It's like, yes, that's what happens when 2 people touch. It's physical. I have to find a way to watch Punk's match tomorrow night. I don't really want to buy a pay-per-view, so. I want to see Punk versus Darby Allin, though. You guys are making me sad today. No likes. Hurt my feelings. I'm kidding. My playoff grid usually gets blown up after 1 fucking week, even though you would think the early rounds would be easy to predict. So I haven't even made a grid challenge, but I guess I should. It might be fun. I love sports prognostication. That's a big word for you. Just like how I picked my NFL playoff teams today, I like filling out brackets and shit.
Well, we've been on these tires for quite a while. Justin Allgaier got his left sides on that apron.
Woo, don't hit that apron too much, buddy.
Got away from him.
Yeah, did he come up like the speed conversion seemed huge?
He was loose. When he got down there on the bottom, got the left sides on the apron, it just unloaded his car, and he was loose all the way through that corner.
Big difference between motorcycle racing and car racing. When you make a little wiggle like that in Supercross, you're able to regroup. You don't lose so much momentum. Boom, you can make up that time back really quick. It's going to take Justin several laps to get that momentum back.
10 to go, stage 2.
I had to learn my time here. It's like I was so
Denny Hamlin's bouncing back. He's 6th right now.
Quickly realize that in this sport, that
Had a lot of cars pop up as contenders today. Noah, Allmendinger, Hemrick, Hamlin, Allgaier, sprinkled throughout the top 10 right now.
And guys, he is regrouping, as Ricky points out now, and he'll be fine in turns 1 and 2. He says that's a great end of the track for me, but in 3 and 4, super free in and off the corner and plowing through the center. So handling issues on one end, but a good car on the other.
Welcome to Darlington.
Right.
I mean, that's the problem here. It's hard to get 2 ends the same. I will say, Jeff, you and I agreed, though, if I had to have a car good anywhere, I'd actually choose 3 and 4. I think you could defend okay in 1 and 2.
Hamlin closing in on his teammate, Harrison Burton, for 5th.
Which is where I think Denny Hamlin, who we're on board with right now with the Toyota Cam, is so good.
Harrison Burton, who undeservedly is getting a cup ride next year.
Yeah, that's right.
But much like the previous 2 guys to occupy that 21 before him, nothing's new here.
1 and 2. It looks cool.
Austin Dillon's 9th.
Right there. Oh, it won't get better with the 54 behind him.
Hamlin trying to take 5th away from Burton. Burton powering up on the wall, though, and staying in front of that 54.
I love that line. The Harrison running at 3 and 4 on old tires. I just feel like that's where you want to be able to run, Marty.
And Harrison, without his normal crew chief today, is Denny Hamlin still...
That is a loose fucking race car right there.
Jason Ratcliffe not here because of COVID protocol, but Dustin Zacharias filling in.
All this COVID. I feel like NFL season might turn into a fucking nightmare. I feel like it's going to be worse than last year with this COVID shit.
When I first came here, not so much. I had to
With fans in the stands and the Delta variant, it's going to be even worse. Because I felt like last year's NFL season was pretty damn solid. They did really good. I think it could just completely go off the rails this year. I'm concerned.
That's a fantastic job he's doing. Just shows you Harrison Burton, the strength that he is able to have. You see the 54 might get by.
Top 5 for Denny Hamlin with 6 to go in stage 2. It's taken him this long to get back.
Denny was going to do, just worried, focus on hitting his marks, doing the best that he could do.
And now he has to adjust. Now he's behind him now. He had Denny behind him, and now his car is going to drive completely different. See right here. Good move by
Austin
Cindric.
Cindric, second place, coming on strong here. See how hard they race each other. Oh. Allmendinger brushed the wall. Cindric kind of got up, not into him, but was squeezing him up. Allmendinger brushes the wall and drives away. Hemrick slots into third. 22 got loose underneath the 16, kind of put him in the wall, but it doesn't seem to have hurt Allmendinger at all. Daniel Hemrick and Denny Hamlin here to pick up the scraps. Hamlin to fourth. Hemrick going for second, all over the back bumper of Allmendinger. That was strictly a right rear scrub there for Allmendinger. He didn't really do any damage.
Coming up on 3 laps to go.
Higher entrance. Lower exit for the 54 is going to give him a good run. The 18 gets loose.
Here comes Hemrick. Better give that 18 plenty of room. You saw what happened to Brandon Jones earlier. Although Jones really didn't give him shit. He didn't give him any room off of 2. Allmendinger's still going to hold on to second. Now here comes Hamlin around the outside of Hemrick for third. Damn, Allmendinger's racing hard, buddy. They're going to go 3 wide for second. 3 wide for second. Hemrick, Hamlin, Allmendinger. 2 to go in stage 2. Noah Gregson's got a 2.5 second lead. You enter shallow under Allmendinger, you better be ready to hang on because, oh, Hamlin got to the quarter panel, got him really loose. Holy shit. And Allmendinger's still powering down the backstretch. His side draft might get Hamlin clear. Into 3. Yeah, Hamlin gets clear. Allmendinger lost the nose of the car. Going into 3, big slide. Hamlin to second. Damn, Allmendinger's car's completely gone away the last couple laps. Cindric to third. Harrison Burton's taking him 3 wide. Oh, shit. Ah! That's not good. And Allmendinger gets back in the gas in the center of 2, and he's still going to stay in front of all of them. Oh, 4 wide. Allgaier goes to the bottom to make it 4 wide. Cindric dives into 3, takes third place. What kind of run can Allmendinger get here off of 4 to hang on to the spot? No, Allgaier's going to pass him. He's going to hold off. No. Damn. Allmendinger dropped to 6th place. He lost 3 spots off of 4 coming to the line. Yeah, that was nuts. I love Darlington.
So it was Hemrick, who's never won in NASCAR.
Well, it's 5 o'clock here on the East Coast.
He hasn't won in 2021. He wins stage 2.
That sure was something else. But I'm glad they're putting on a show for me. My old cynical hungry ass who just wants to go eat, but is compelled to stay here and watch this race. Y'all just wait till they leave the room and then talk to each other about how the other ones were wrong. I'm kidding. A little before 6, I'll be ready to hang out. Yeah. I don't know. When the race is over. I don't need nothing. Race should be over in about 45 minutes or so. That was some damn good racing. Xfinity cars at Darlington, always a great race. For whatever reason. This track loves Xfinity cars. Cup cars can have good races here too, but Xfinity always has good races at Darlington. Trust me, I'm fucking hungry. The Cup haulers are here.
At the end of stage 2 here for the Xfinity Series. Tomorrow it's the Cup Series turn. That's right, 6 o'clock. Late afternoon, early evening race for the Cup Series, and it is the first race of the playoffs. Already we see haulers coming in, getting ready for tomorrow's race. Countdown to green will start us off at 5 o'clock. Make sure to join us here on NBCSN.
Pits are open.
Pit road, and they'll be led by Noah Gregson. Marty.
Boy, Rick, Denny Hamlin has been so impressive today. Finishes second in that stage after the spin at the end of stage 1. Nice and clean in that stage, being very patient. He said, I need to roll 3 and 4 a little bit better. You helped that last time. I need a little bit more, just a little more turn through there. Meanwhile, for Noah Gregson, he does win that stage. Now collected 19 stage points today. Big gain for that team. He said no brake complaints during that stage, which was nice for him.
So unfortunately, Noah says his brakes are normal now. That's really upsetting.
Is going to try to put a piece of tape on the front of this dirty, oily grill on the 22. That's because the optimum operating temperature of the motor can be a little higher. Plus, he needs it as a tuning device to help turn the car coming off the corner.
Noah's going to win the race off pit road. Denny Hamlin second. Allmendinger third. Cindric fourth. Hemrick fifth. Allgaier drops to sixth. Riley Herbst gets in the top 10 thanks to his Stewart Haas Racing team.
So we have made it through stage 1 and stage 2. I'll bring crew chief Steve Letard in. Steve, what do you think about these first 2 stages in racing here at Darlington?
Well, the racing's been intense, more intense than I think we have seen here. I'm not sure what it is, whether it's the lack of practice, where it is in the season, or just the attitudes of the drivers, but spots are being contested in areas of the racetrack we don't normally see. But I'm really interested in this final stage, 54 laps, the longest of the 3 stages. All these drivers can make it on fuel, but they do have tires in the pits if the yellows come out. The question is, do you put them on, how long you've run? And now that Denny Hamlin has kept his track position through a pit cycle, I think we're finally going to get to see what this 54 has starting near the front.
It will be interesting to see what Denny Hamlin has for the field. Probably the best in the field. Speaking of the best, we have the GOAT with us. Ricky Carmichael, a part of our broadcast.
Robert, you'll hear me cheer for Denny harder than I ever have in my life if it comes down to Noah versus Denny.
Supercross champion, and did dabble a little bit with stock cars. He was in the Arkin Menard Series, as well as the East Series, the Truck Series with Kevin Harvick Incorporated, also the Xfinity Series. He was actually, in 2009, Truck Series most popular driver back when he was working on 4 wheels here in NASCAR. We bring in now Jeff Burton and Ricky Carmichael. All right, Ricky, you've seen 2 stages already here at Darlington. What have you thought?
Well, it's been a lot of action. I go back to Denny Hamlin, watching him come through the pack, then Hemrick having an issue. So a lot of drama here today, and I think the biggest thing is that patch and the transition going there. Some great camera work. You can just see the cars getting a little bit light coming off of the corner, and it's certainly put a twist on the races as this track wasn't hard enough already, right?
Ricky, I think the drivers know you're here because when they start a Supercross race, it's like...
Look, I love Jeff Burton as a person, but he's a shit commentator. I'm finally going to go ahead and say it. Jeff Burton is a shit commentator. He's so corny.
And at some point, you're going to have to respect this race.
States the obvious a lot. Talks to you like you're a fucking idiot.
If they don't get it quick, it's going to
Peacock Pit Box. And
Oh boy, the Peacock Pit Box.
We listened to what the booth guys said, and they said you can't go too wide, and they're exactly
That's what
right.
they were saying.
You can go 3 and 4 wide.
All the way around this place.
It is crazy.
Never seen it.
The intensity level, it's almost like these guys are all in playoff mode. It's like they've started their playoffs today, even though it's a couple of races.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as each lap, each 5 segments, guys get more and more confident, and everyone wants a little bit of real estate. I've never seen it 3 wide.
It's free real estate.
In my life. This is unbelievable. But you got Denny Hamlin starting up front. Let's see what the master can teach him.
It's free real estate.
Well, we're about to find out. All right.
Riley Herbst has a penalty, I suppose, or something. He's back on pit road. Tough scene there.
Mortgage keys to victory lane. Give me what it's going to take.
Well, everybody said it in own words, but really simply, right? Will there be a caution?
A lot of cars still running. Not really any DNFs going on out here.
Have a couple sets, except for Hemrick, who's pitted an extra time. He has 1 set, and then really the question is Denny Hamlin. He's won here so many times. Today has been anything but smooth. Listen to this gravel right here. Welcome to the sandy area of South Carolina. Right, Denny Hamlin has done nothing.
A stone's throw from Myrtle Beach, which I have not been to in 100 fucking years. White trash vacation destination capital of the world, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Because I'll be honest, his lap times are amazing, Ricky. Right? Like when he gets clean air, they're great. But it's been very methodical. But has anyone had to push yet? Right? You don't know till you line up together.
But listen, this is Denny Hamlin. He is by far the favorite. Noah Gregson, though, he's really good at these racetracks. I think about Homestead. I think about here where you run right against the wall. See, they're choosing. Noah went to the bottom. These are places where he's really good, and he wants to beat Denny Hamlin. He wants to take the fight to Denny Hamlin at a place where we never
Hamlin, Gregson, Cindric Allmendinger.
I just think, it's fun for me to watch Denny come through the pack because I can appreciate how he works that arrow, and the different lines that he takes. Because that was what I really struggled with. Racing and driving this track is one thing, but then when you get around other cars, it was always like it was like a completely different racetrack.
The other thing, Ricky, is that Denny has an advantage, and it's hard to describe. When I drove Xfinity, when I went and ran these cars after being a Cup driver, you're racing out here for one thing and one thing only, and that's to win. And it's fun. There's no pressure. It's just go out and have a good time. All these young guys around him, they're racing for playoffs. They're racing for a championship. They're trying to make their own way in the world. And Denny's like, hey, man, here I am. And it's just going to go have a good time. And he races with more relaxed, and it's a whole different feeling.
Dave, what do we hear from the 19?
Like I said, when I was a Dale Jr. fan in the trenches of the best runs of his career, especially the latter part of his Hendrick run, the Xfinity races were always a pleasure to watch when they were worth a shit because it's like, no pressure. 50 laps to go. Noah versus Dennis. Denny spins the fucking tires a little bit. Noah's good at getting these launches on these restarts. Allmendinger couldn't clear Hamlin for second, but he's going for the lead now. Oh, Noah sideways. How did he not spin out there? It's giving Hamlin and Allmendinger a shot at him down the back. Allmendinger got them fresh tires on now. Now Allmendinger takes the lead back. Hell yeah, $12. Let's go. Clear. You're clear of the 9. Don't worry about the 54. Worry about the 9. I think the 9's faster. The 54 just has a better driver. Hamlin into second.
So, Burton, you're the guy here that's won all the races. You have the success. How hard do you push with 49 to go? Or are these drivers at this point trying to save any tire?
Listen, I pushed hard every lap. That's just, but my 100% was some others 90%.
Hopefully whatever Allmendinger learned in the last stage helps him here because he had nothing left at the end of that stage. Oh, wow. Noah cleared himself in front of Cindric, and he was barely clear.
Wouldn't you sort of be looking at thinking, hey, I don't want to drive too far out here. Maybe that's why I'm abusing that right here.
Hard to believe an air pressure change would make that much of a difference, Jeff. But, I mean, it just subtle little...
Shout out to Darlington Raceway for having free parking. That really blew my mind when I was there back in May. Free parking. I heard parking at Indianapolis is absurd. Charlotte, it's like $20. Hey, there's YRB coming off of 2 straight Cup wins. Draft-heavy Cup wins, Michigan and Daytona. I remember last Saturday night when Harvick pulled out from behind Corey on the last lap in turn 2, and Blaney had to go to the bottom and cover that. I said, that just won Blaney the race. Hamlin going for this lead now. Coming to 45 to go. Is he going to be able to make it look easy?
Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, and it's go time. And this is what these guys race for, to win championships. And I love to see that little extra credit homework that he is doing here. And maybe that might make the difference for him, being able to see, hear, listen what this track is like.
Austin Dillon on pit road.
Austin Dillon on pit road. He's going to lose at least a lap. Looks like it might even be 2 laps.
Allmendinger's running the bottom of 3. It's leaving the door open for Hamlin to get this run off the exit of 4. There it is. 44 to go, and Denny Hamlin takes the lead. It's not been boring. It's been eventful to get to this point, but Denny Hamlin's out front in stage 3. Like I ultimately knew he would be. At least it's not Noah.
This will be the most advantageous Xfinity Series race that I have driven in a long time. Think about what's on the line tomorrow for Denny Hamlin. He has not won in the Cup Series yet this year. This round in the Cup Series playoff shaped up very well for him, and he's at one of his best racetracks. Jeff, how much of an advantage do you think he has by getting these 147 laps on that grip strip, the new asphalt here at Darlington, learning that for tomorrow for the Southern 500?
Well, I think it matters. Anytime there's a change to the racetrack and you can get an understanding of that, not just from a driving style, Ricky, but now he can have a conversation with his crew chief. He can have a conversation with his team. Here's what it did. Here's what it was. And that helps them in the decisions they're making for the race car.
Yes, but especially if he gets...
Hey, are we just going to drive back from Bristol that night? I know it's a lot
that's
for you,
going to
but I was just
translate
wondering if
into
you
a
were
great
going to do
finish.
that.
Certainly,
I'm
it
good
would give
with
me
it,
some confidence
but I
without
know it
doubt. I
might be
knew if I
hard on
won,
him.
I wanted to race the next day, and he's going to feel like he would have a little bit of advantage on his competition coming here tomorrow.
Jeff mentioned crew chiefs, team. What about his fellow drivers at Joe
Just sent Dylan the message asking if we were just going to come back from Bristol the same day. Hamlin, Allmendinger, Gregson, Cindric, Hemrick. Although Hemrick's going for 4th now. This should be a quick run to the finish here, unless we get cautions, of course, which, I mean, that could always open up the gates of hell late in these races, as we have seen lately. Xfinity at Michigan, Cup at Daytona, Cup at Indianapolis on the road course, you know. The floodgates can open. Oh, Hemrick, hang on, buddy. Got loose underneath Cindric off of 2, and he's going to lose a couple spots, so drop Hemrick out of the top 5. 40 laps to go. Oh, we got a yellow. What happened? Something down the back. Oh, my God. Riley Herbst. Oh, no. The playoff implications. Riley Herbst is going to... That's definitely done for the day. I don't give a fuck what you say. The goddamn radiator's busted. That's DNF right there. I don't know what the fuck happened, but the 98 car is junk. That's a tough scene right there, ladies and gentlemen. The 98 car is on fire. Wow, he is really on fire. This could be a lengthy caution right here. Whatever you do, don't fucking red flag it. I'm hungry. And Herbst is getting out of his car. Boy, if Michael Annett can squeak a top 10 or something out of this, that'd be fantastic.
Sixth caution has come out. You saw Riley Herbst jumping out of that car.
The implications.
Fire once it was on pit road, headed for the garage. But Riley Herbst.
If you're Daniel Hemrick, I'd almost say you got to stay out here, don't you think? He's down a set of tires. Oh my Lord!
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing you can do there.
No, Tommy Joe Martins was having a mechanical issue, and you could see that Riley had no idea he was there.
The 44 basically stopped at the end of the back straightaway into 3, and the car jumped out of the way, and Herbst didn't have any time to react and just ass rammed him.
Just ride along and just listen.
Terrible day for a terrible driver.
That's when you realize how fast the speeds are. It was when guy in front of him pulls out, boom, there's 44. It just drives right up underneath, and nothing you could do. That's the frustrating thing about car racing. When something like that happens, you're done. At least motorcycles, you can get up and get back going.
Wait a second. Hold on a minute. You just told me that you would rather have this accident on 2 wheels. You were crazy. I think I already knew
I didn't
that.
say I would want to have it. I just said that we'd get back up and keep going.
Crazy.
Why don't we get Travis Pastrana in the booth next week?
To come get me. There's no way I'm getting back up. Wow.
You know, that's and Riley Herbst, we talked about him. He's fought and clawed. And
Yeah, sure he has.
You know, where he's relatively safe to make
Oh my
the
God.
playoffs.
Yeah, he really had to fight and claw while Michael Annett was at home with a leg injury for a month.
Just make it
Yeah, he really had to fight and claw for those points.
Come down pit road.
Fuck off.
Loose lug nuts had to come down pit road. We got a report from Dave. Told us that he's in the back of the pack, and because of that, there he is.
Well, everybody's pitting.
Everyone.
This better be the last caution or the 18's fucked.
Tires matter. You gotta have them, Marty.
You want those fresh Goodyears, Steve. No doubt about it. Denny
They ran about 12 laps there.
3 and 4. I was just cruising, saving stuff for the end of the race. Hamlin, very happy. We all know Gregson said, if it's going to go green here to the end, I'm going to need a little bit of an adjustment here. Car just a little bit.
It better go green all the way or be a quick caution after like 4 or 5 laps for the 18.
Fourth place, Austin Cindric to pit road. He'll get 4 Goodyear tires.
Not that he's going to be a contender here anyway. It's clearly Hamlin and Noah, maybe Allmendinger.
Maximum compression in turns 1 and 2, partner.
That day for AJ Allmendinger, that loose condition showed up just 8 laps in that run. He lost the lead and said, "There's nothing I can do. We've got to get this car tightened up. They need to get that right rear."
Denny wins the race off pit road. Noah second, Allmendinger third.
Hamlin grabbed that top spot off of pit road, and Gregson's going to be behind him now for the restart. It'll be Denny Hamlin who gets first choice when they come to the choose cone.
The Leachmobile.
That box is on the race.
Dude, Chris, I've had the same problem. I had so many fucking days off and so many weird sleep habits. I've been sleeping at like 6 o'clock at night and waking up at 1 in the morning and then being up until the next morning, working off and on. I don't know whether I'm coming or going, but I did remember there was a race today. I'm usually pretty good about remembering races.
Track position with the engine. They fixed the engine. Good for the team. But they threw some tires on halfway through stage 1.
If Noah spins Denny for an Xfinity win, would Denny even think that's worth fighting about? Maybe give him a stern talking to at most.
Burn that set of tires, Marty. So the 18 may have some scuffs, but they should be done with stickers.
Yes, Steve, you are correct. Everyone should have 1 set of fresh Goodyear tires left, except for the 18. But they have glued up those tires, you can bet. So they'll have another set, but it will be scuffed tires and have some laps on them if they have to come back down pit road.
So the 18, if it goes green, no harm, no foul. Matter of fact, I would say the opposite. I would say bravo to Dave Rogers getting his driver back in the race. If the caution comes out and you get caught, I think, Dave just has to say, listen, this is the risk we took. We tried to get back into this race. So, these are the things you have to do when you have an issue.
Sorry, Steve. They're safely in the playoffs, right? I mean, they did win a stage. They got the stage win, gambled a little bit, and you get what they hope if a caution comes out with only 4 or 5 laps to go, and not everybody will come on pit road. If you get a caution with 10 or 15 to go, they'd be in big trouble.
Yeah. You see, as you mentioned, safely in, 6 on the playoff list. The big thing for me, though, is like Hemrick, Gregson, and Burton. So the 3 are in, those 3 drivers I mean, but just no wins. And I think if you really want to think you have a chance to advance in the playoffs, you have to battle and you have to win races. Let's listen in to the 18 radio.
2 races to go. This is a lap. This is the last time everybody pitted. If we don't pit, we give up all the track position. Then we put tires on it, and you're on equal tires, right? You can't go nowhere. Then the race ends, and you got to set lane.
So basically, this is before the pit stop. They're saying, hey, if we stay out, save our last set of tires, we're going to start on old tires, we're doomed. They're all going to drive right by us. Then when the yellow comes out 20 laps later, yeah, we have a set like everybody else, but now we're last. Like, what are we going to do at that point? I think you're better off flipping it and doing it like they're doing it. Because even the cold scuffs they may put on, you know, they're not going to be great, but they, you know, hopefully can stay inside the top 10 or 15. You see right there on the left-hand side, tire sets remaining. There's a whole list with 1. You see the 0 next to Hemrick and the 0 next to Alex LeBay back there in 20th. And we're showing the 66 currently. Timmy Hill is on the racetrack as the leader, but I assume he's going to come to pit road maybe with 1 to go. I can't imagine he would stay out here and risk it in front of all these new tires. It is a great way to get run over.
Yeah, if he does stay out, it will drive everybody to whichever lane he is not in. They will all be picking the opposite lane because not only will he not be able to go through 1 and 2, he won't be able to even launch well. He will not get a good restart. So the field is hoping that he pits this time.
Great racing that we have already seen here in the Xfinity Series. Remember, tomorrow.
Hurry up.
Cup Series first race
Big deal.
Remember, Motor Mouse on Monday and Wednesday. You guys
Big
be a
deal.
part of the show. Here's a listen and a little bit of Motor Mouse from last week. Ryan Blaney wins. The big accident happens behind him.
It's just so cool.
Everybody wants to talk about Chase Elliott this, Chase Elliott that. What about Kurt Busch going full Brian Vickers down the backstretch there?
Heading into the round of 12.
Now we got to win the race first. Mark, what are you talking about?
Can Tyler Reddick, can he put his emotions aside and go toe-to-toe with these guys?
I think Kesselhausen's out. I think the playbook over in Penske's closed for him.
There's 5 or 6 dash champions. Do you think any of those guys will win the championship?
When these 16 guys line up at Darlington, that's not the same Kevin Harvick, no.
Kyle Larson's going to wax these boys behind these next 10 weeks.
I'd kill to have Kyle Larson win this championship.
The opinions of all the pros. And hey, how about Ryan Blaney? Won last week and has the momentum entering the playoffs. Again, you can catch NASCAR America Motor Mouse. It's Monday and Wednesday, 6 to 7 Eastern on.
We're going to restart with 32 laps to go.
I love that show. You guys
We got a newcomer on the front row here. Timmy Hill stayed out. Well, that's going to kill everybody in that outside line. Good Lord. Hemrick, Allgaier, Snyder, Jeff Burton, they're fucked. It's going to be a race between Hamlin, Noah, and Allmendinger because the 66 is going to kill this outside line. Good win, Hamlin. 32 to go. This could get bad. This could get really bad. And we could be talking about it for a long time if it goes really bad. It's going to be a shit show here.
Obviously, it's going to be a mess.
All right, good luck, everybody in that outside line. Congratulations, Denny Hamlin. 32 to go. Denny launches. Hill doesn't get going. Kills the 18. Good God, the 18 is going to be like 20th. That was a fucking farce. Get your stupid ass to the back if you're that goddamn slow. Christ.
Came out of gear. Timmy Hill said it came out of gear.
Said it came out of gear, huh? Damn, Noah almost lost it off of 2. Allmendinger gets into second. Hamlin's comfortably got the lead. And I'm confident in saying that he's going to win this race.
Up to speed going down the backstretch. Will the caution come out?
So the 66 got up there and specifically fucked over the 18, but nobody else. Christ. 66 still fucking slow. Allmendinger going for the lead down the back. He looks like he had a look going to 3.
Pressure on the 54 of Hamlin. He is not letting Denny run off and high.
Allendinger's got short run speed. I think his car is the fastest on the
30
short
to
run.
go.
Hamlin isn't showing it. Hamlin's saying, you know what? This thing could go away. I'm going to take it easy. I don't need to hurt my tire.
And Hamlin said that during the pit stop. He said he was just riding, saving what he's got for the end of the race. And like a veteran of the sport, that's what you're going to do.
See, Allgaier underneath Harrison Burton. Allgaier got a good run in 1 and 2 on the bottom.
Burton fights back on the outside. Not wanting to give up that spot. Those two fighting for 4.
Click these laps off. I'm ready to go eat.
Staying even with the 20. He'll finally have to concede right here, and that brings Cindric right to his rear bumper.
And what Harrison needs to do right here, there you go. He's got to run lower. Like Allmendinger, you give an Allgaier on the bottom of the racetrack, that makes your car move.
The only thing Timmy Hill did right today was make it to pit road there. Michael Annette running in the top 10 while Herbst is in the garage. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it.
Up in the queue, reasoning that they would they'd be further up, and so the point to him was
With a couple races to go before the playoffs start for Xfinity.
So Jeff, I like your idea about running lower, but I think Harrison runs too low through the middle, right? So he defends here, but then I think he needs to get up the racetrack and help this exit. The last 2 times he's really given it up on corner exit.
I'm going to finish second, not get $12 because a fucking cup driver is in the most overpowered car in the field. So that's why I'm not going to get $12 today. It's really starting to set in now because Allmendinger's comfortably in second with good short run speed, but nothing for Hamlin.
Steve, we were watching Allgaier early in the race, and he was really fast in this part of the racetrack. This is his strength right here.
Look at that. Such a great shot to be able to stay that close through the faster corner of the racetrack. And
Battle for fourth's pretty good right now. A little bump draft down the back to Allgaier, from Allgaier to Burton.
Up the racetrack, Harrison goes. Here comes the 7 once again. Allmendinger.
Let's just get a bunch of cautions so I can get this $12. I'd have a better chance at the $12 on the short runs.
Of the 7 right here. Harrison has every right to do what he's doing, but it is going to frustrate Allgaier, who feels he could go get the next position if he could just get by the 20.
I'm renting a movie later. Can I get this $12? Get the fucking cup driver out of the damn race. 25 laps to go. I should still get something for picking the highest finishing Xfinity driver with a fucking Leachmobile winning.
Started 6th, so he's gained a couple spots. The farthest back he's been today was 21st. But
I'm sure the 22 next year will turn back into a Leachmobile when Cindric's done with it.
In his career, but no wins in 2021. I think it shocked a lot of us. Driving for Joe Gibbs Racing, and none of the
Michael Annette, 8th place, buddy.
Able to get to victory lane in the Xfinity Series this year.
Harrison right there went to the top of the racetrack. You saw Allgaier do that the lap before. This is the area right here, Ricky, where Harrison's trying to protect and Allgaier's trying to take advantage.
It almost looks like he diamonds the corner just a little bit and then tries to get a good run up off the corner. But the trajectory of his career, he's done a fantastic job, you know, doing really well in each division that he's done. And as a young athlete driver, that is super, super hard to do. So I respect the talent, and to be able to manage everything, not just the racing, but the off-the-track stuff is what I really struggled with early on in my career when I was taking off a little bit too fast, making the steps from one class to another.
Harrison Burton holding on to the 4th spot, but it's still
Hamlin, Allmendinger, Gregson, Harrison Burton, Justin Allgaier. 22 laps to go. I'll probably get off here as soon as the checkered flag waves. In a few minutes, I'll let you know when to come pick me up. Gonzalez got into second place. So, hold on. Well, if we do stay after the race, I'd like to leave somewhat early Sunday morning to get back to watch football at 1 o'clock that day. But I'm good with either way. What was up with the F1 race? I didn't see or hear anything about it. Oh, God, Allmendinger's just fading so goddamn bad. If Denny Hamlin was not in this race and we had a restart with 2 to go with Allmendinger in the first couple of rows, I'd probably get $12 today, but it don't look like it's meant to be, Chief. So I'm not really mad now. I was going to be mad to finish second and not get $12, but just didn't have the long run speed today. Oh my God, the F1 race was that bad, huh? Well, it's F1. What do you expect? Oh, the NASCAR fans making fun of... No, I'm not making fun of F1. I just don't find it interesting. I do respect it, though.
Under 18 laps to go. The NASCAR Xfinity Series Sport Clips Haircuts BMW 200 from Darlington Raceway. Right now, it's Denny Hamlin up front. Good battle here. It's continued. You've seen it all on NASCAR Nonstop between Harrison Burton in the 20 and the 7
I
of
wouldn't
Justin
want you to have to
Allgaier.
do that if you're willing to go on a hotel room.
Dave.
So I'm good.
Guys, as he was battling Harrison Burton, he wanted to get the nose of that 7 right up underneath the Toyota. Here's what he said on the radio.
Still giving room. He's ready to find out how loose is.
And you drivers know when you get that nose under there, you can really...
Hey, Jeff Burton, Justin Allgaier's going to wreck your boy. No, he's not going to. He's just saying he wants to.
What you're supposed to do.
Aha, let Jeff Burton getting all defensive. Your boy's getting in the way.
Grip like a cup car, dude. These things are sideways. And one of the tools in your toolbox is to be able to take the air off that car in front of you. You know that. The guy in front of you knows that. It's just part of the game.
See how pissy Jeff Burton's getting? I bet Kim Burton's having a fucking meltdown. Can we get a camera on her? Hey, God, Noah's running Denny down. Am I crazy, or is Noah catching Denny? I see Denny already passed the 74 car. That's good news. It's going to be another one of them fantastic Darlington Xfinity finishes. Maybe. Noah's in, yeah, he's in close enough to where something happens. Good God, Allgaier got loose off of 2. Oh, yeah, Noah's coming, buddy. 14 to go. You're kidding me. Or is Denny just being really conservative with lots of lap traffic ahead? I don't know. There's a lot of lap cars ahead, is all I can see. Oh, boy. There's that 61 that nearly killed Denny on pit road. Denny's a conservative race car driver. I think he was just running a little conservative there. Oh, look at Noah roll 3 and arc to the bottom of 4. That's bad news right there, Robert. Well, what do you care? It's a fucking Xfinity race.
Yeah, we see that cup haulers outside. They're parked in here, but there are some small tweaks you can make before you have to put them on the...
Okay, Denny got past the 47 and the 07 a lot easier than he did the 61. That's going to hurt Noah a little bit just because he caught him at the exit of 2. That was good for Denny. That was good right there off of 2. Cost Noah about 2/10 dealing with those lap cars.
Hey, Steve, I would argue Denny Hamlin's really only using what
12 laps to go.
You mentioned that in the last one. Ricky, you talked about that as well. That's that veteran savvy coming through a masterclass in patience. Now, that's a weird word to use in racing, isn't it, Ricky? But patience, that's what Denny Hamlin's showing right now. I wonder, as a Supercross multi-time champion, how much patience played into your game.
Oh, 100%. There were many times where I wasn't the fastest guy, and I ended up winning just because I was the smartest guy. And this is what you're seeing right here. Denny Hamlin, he's only going to do what he needs to do. He doesn't need to win by 5-10 car lengths. He only needs to win by 1 car length. Hey, the points pay the same, the check passes the same. So, yeah, absolutely. Especially the older you get. Who cares? As long as you win, who cares how far you win by?
Hey, Ricky, teach me something about motocross. Here we have spotters, radios, crew chiefs giving a gap. When you're a rider out there, is it just the signboard every time by, or are there areas of the track you can find second place, you know, with your own vision?
Yeah, you got the signboard, of course, but then you can always take a peek to your side, you know, move your head, look around.
Coming at
especially
10
in
to go.
get a little check
Michael
your
Annette,
vision.
7th
So, Rick,
place.
I want to know, like, we're talking about these guys on old tires, managing tires. What about motocross? Do you guys have to manage the race, or you just go full speed from the time you get rolling?
Yeah, you got to manage yourself strength-wise. You don't want to go out too hard because the races are long. They take a lot of cardiovascular strength. So finding that balance of where you won't blow up for the most part. And then, of course, the bike, these things, they'll last, no problem. The races are so short, but the track, you're always adjusting to the track.
Oh, Brandon Jones.
Brandon Jones goes around
And caution's out.
Oh, with tires.
Daniel Hemrick, stay out. Stay out. Hemrick, stay out. You're going to get killed on those tires, but fuck it, stay out. I'm not pitting for scuffs. Stay out. 18 cars, stay out. You're going to restart with like 5 to go. That's like slightly too many. If it was 2 to go, I'd still feel bad, but 5 to, fuck it. Somebody's going to stay out. Should be the 18.
Running 9th on the racetrack. I wanted to point that. That's a great run for Mike. Great to see him back in the car.
Yeah, missed 4 races.
Yeah. Absolutely, you take time. There's a net right there doing a nice job. You take
Fuck it, Michael Annette, stay out. Daniel Hemrick and Michael Annette should stay out.
Let's listen into the 54 Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin wants to know what the fuck Brandon Jones' problem is.
Denny thought he could just cruise all the way.
Well, pits are open.
But no. They're coming to pit.
Ooh, the 18 stayed out. Like I said he should. He's the only one, though. He's fucked. 18 was kind of in a box. I mean, if you pit, you're going to get scuffed tires and be behind the fresh tire guys. You might as well just stay out and get in front of them. Hope for a fucking miracle. Good pit stop for Hamlin.
And then also on pit road, the 7 of the Justin Allgaier in front of you, Dave.
He is indeed. He just needs the 4 tires. When asked if there were any adjustments he needed, he goes, no, I just need grip. They will slap a piece of tape on the front, too. Help change the handling there a little bit on the 7.
Drag race for the lead off of pit road.
Oh, who's going to get it? Who dares to go one like
Hamlin holds the lead on pit road. The 18 stayed out, so I think Hamlin's still going to win the race. Almendinger picks up a spot. We know he's good on short runs.
That means a restart and very few laps.
I got to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Over the wall too soon? Son of a bitch! Now fucking Noah's gonna win. Oh my lord. Well, that fucking blows.
Leading, you get a late race caution. Things like this can happen.
Noah's gonna fucking win now. Great. Great. I wish the 18 would just junk the fucking 9 here. do us all a favor.
We got to drop it back. We had equipment over too quick. Tire.
Well, the crowd loves it.
Pull over here. Let them go by because we're coming at you.
Boy, this is the worst week ever for Denny Hamlin. But it can get worse. Tune in tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
These emotions are going to be way different than they would be today. All right, Steve, let's see how they're going to line up here. So they're coming to the choose. You know we got a couple cars that stayed out on old tires.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy restart here. The 18 of Pembroke is on old tires.
Who else stayed out? The
No,
4?
I was wondering if they were going to both take the inside and the outside. They do, so old tires across the front row.
Hemrick and Lancaster stayed out. Hemrick staying out made sense to me.
Lancaster did anything wrong. I'm not saying that. But if you're behind them, you're like, why did you do that? Like, put those cars with old tires in the
Well, at least Castle's not going to be as bad as fucking Timmy Hill. I mean, well, congratulations, Noah Gregson. Every dog has his fucking day. You're going to get lucky and win one. Christ.
Tires side by side on the front row.
All right, so do you hang back in this situation to give yourself a little room?
Yes, you got to hang back a little bit because the car.
5 fucking like. Can we wave off the restart and just go with 2 to go and give Hemrick a better chance? That fucking tires mean so much. He's not going to have a prayer.
See that right there? That's the left rear tire as we roll forward already in the pit box. You're allowed to be at the front tires over. You're allowed to do it sort of.
I swear, we learned something new
Pit stall when the car shows up.
about pit road rules every goddamn week.
That's the penalty, and just a mental error. There's no reason to have that tire over pit wall that early. So
Oh, man.
digest it, figure out how
I just hate. Look, I didn't want Hamlin to win, but I really didn't want Noah to win. But now Noah's going to fucking win. Unless Allmendinger can pull a miracle here. Short run from that bottom line. He's stuck behind Landon Castle. Oh, dear God. 5 laps to glory. Hemrick, Castle, Allmendinger, and fucking Noah Gregson. Allmendinger shoots to the inside, 3 wide for second, with a big push from Cindric. Woo, woo, woo. Ah, shit. Noah's already got the fucking lead. It's over. Son of a bitch. Yeah, congratulations, you fucking ass clown. Oh, no, Michael Annette's got a problem. That sucks. Fucking Noah goddamn Gregson's going to get lucky and win a fucking race. Allmendinger cleared for second off at 4. 4 to go. Son of a bitch. Hemrick's around. Hemrick's around. Put it out. Put it out. Put it out. Fuck you. Put it out. God damn it, Allmendinger's got a problem. Son of a bitch. Put it out. Is this fucking caution ever going to come out? What the fuck happened to Allmendinger? 3 to go. Oh, that's Debris. Debris on the back. Yes! Put it out. Put it out. Fuck yeah. All right, Cindric. Austin Cindric, you are my only hope.
Do it again, but this time on a little bit older tires,
which is going to make just everything more difficult. Acceleration, get the power
So,
down.
do you want to go to Bristol with us in 2 weeks?
Some duct work there coming out.
Yeah, some sort of cooling hoses runs in the front brakes. See right here, this is the 18. Just loses the back of the car. It goes for a huge slide. Great job by the 23 to miss it.
It'll be a couple more minutes. This race is going to fucking overtime.
We've been talking about aerodynamics all day. He's on the bottom.
Go overtime, and I'm not going to win any goddamn money off of it.
On old tires, so his pace into turn 1. This is where the damage happened. So in turn, here's a launch. They got together. Castle into the side of Noah.
I think we're all Austin Cindric fans right now.
And this 3 wide behind, there's the 4 line actually. They're banging into each other, slamming at each other, but that damage came on the 16 on the front straightaway.
Okay, drivers. Gregson and Cindric. 1 and 2. Harrison Burton.
Cindric's going to get fucking junked again. Like he's been the last couple weeks.
sprint here in overtime.
Well, you know, typically the outside lane here seems to launch better, but today that hasn't been the case. If I'm Noah, you know, I don't want to enter turn 1 with the 22 on the outside.
Come on, Noah's a choker.
Like the launch has been good on the bottom.
Choke it away one more time for me, Noah.
The top is the safer bet because if you drive into turn 1 and 2, you can take the air off the car.
I didn't expect this race to get this intense.
All day long, the guy on the bottom hasn't been able to keep his car underneath him. So, all that said, I think I'd have to take the top and work on getting the best start I could get.
Yeah, it certainly seems like you get down on the bottom and you're trapped. You know, you can't go anywhere.
They really didn't want to throw that caution. Come on, NASCAR, you love entertainment.
You know, what is Cindric? Is Cindric saying, hey, look, I know what lane I want. No matter what, my best shot to win is to pick the lane I want. Even if Gregson picks that lane, does he start behind him?
Dude, if I'm Harrison Burton, I'm going to pick that outside line and sandbag Noah like a motherfucker. I don't think Harrison has anything for Noah, but if he gets the line behind him, I just wouldn't fucking push his ass. I'm petty like that. If Noah gets out front, it's over. He's clearly got the better car of this bunch.
Out of the ordinary to see what we're seeing here today.
Allgaier's got a good car, but he's going to be 5th.
About, you know, not contesting and try not to go too wide. Forget everything we've said. Because for these last 2 laps, I don't even care if it's on the racetrack. If it's paved, it's free game, and there could be cars everywhere. You look on the left at the rundown, there's some names in there, though. You see Reddick there in 6th as we see Allman here come to pit road. Ryan Sieg, we've yet to really mention his name. He's in 8th. Jeremy Clements in 9th. Alex LeMay in 10th. Ned back in 12th. We talked about him. Landon Castle, we saw him in the front row. Ty Dillon.
Oh my God, how'd we not get the one to go there? Come on.
You know, he's passed about
Got
10
shit to
cars
do.
So far. We'll just have to see how lucky he can get. I think he's going to need more than 1 overtime. But he's not out of the, yeah, I was going to say, that's not out of the question, is it?
At this track, no.
Oh, you know what this race needs now? A nice 30-minute red flag before another overtime.
And A.J. Allmendinger saying that this isn't one of his favorite tracks, but maybe next week.
Damn it, A.J.
One of his favorite tracks when he goes to Richmond Raceway. That's again.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. is racing next Saturday.
For the Xfinity Series, that coverage on NBCSN beginning at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. That's the first of a doubleheader.
Talk about Junebug racing. They didn't even mention Dale Jr.
Before the playoffs begin. So it's Richmond and Bristol is where the
I'd say Dale Jr. is going to get a Leach win next week, but he's retired and driving for his own team, so it's not really a Leach win.
Short track at Richmond, and then Bristol. We've seen everything happen at Bristol.
That guy that normally is with us broadcasting,
I know.
Is he going to do something at Richmond?
Well, actually, I think that's where he is today. I think he's conditioning.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, he
Okay.
took today off so he could make sure he was in fighting shape for Richmond next week for the Xfinity Series race.
All right. That's right. Dale Jr. will be.
Jackson didn't look like that.
Good point. Good point. Marty.
Looking at those points, Rick, look where Noah Gregson is. He would only have 3 playoff points if he does not win a race before the playoffs or a stage. So think about what's on the line for him. He would go into the playoffs minus 31 behind Austin Cindric. It's a 49-race winless streak for Noah Gregson. And he said before the race, he told me, this is an opportunity race for us. Boy, the opportunity has opened wide up with Denny Hamlin in the back of the field. Noah could be looking at his first win.
Noah's going to fucking luck into one. It's what it takes when you suck as bad as he does.
These playoff points are so important. We've seen drivers miss the playoffs by 1 point. Right? You just don't make it by 1 point. We've seen ties. Everything you can do is so important. And I think, Steve, that what's important for this 9 team is not just how well they've run today, but how they've run the last 7 or 8 weeks. They've become very consistent, starting to see them finish races, getting what they deserve, and that's not what they were doing early in the year.
Well, we should remind everybody.
This race ever going to get going again?
He is not inexperienced when it comes to the playoffs and the playoff run. He's won a championship with William Byron in this car. He won a championship with Tyler Reddick in this car, so he knows how to motivate young drivers. He knows how to pull them back when it's time. He knows how to kind of motivate them to run harder when it's time. I have to give him a lot of credit. You know, a lot of experience on top of the pit box, and I think it's really helps Noah through a year like this, Jeff, when things don't go smooth.
The other thing, Steve, that I've been really impressed with him, I saw him do with Noah, is he took him to 2 racetracks to test. Brought him here, and he took him to Homestead and said, you know what, go turn the right side of the car off. go figure out how to run the top. And that has paid benefits for Noah Gregson.
All right, here comes the choose cone.
See where they all go.
Noah's going to take the outside. That's obvious. Oh, Noah goes to the bottom. I'm surprised. I feel like he gave the race away doing that. I think that really gives Cindric an opportunity here. I like that outside. Noah's been getting good pushes on the bottom, but I would have picked the outside. I don't know. Come on, Justin Haley, you're a great pusher. Harrison Burton, you don't like Noah Gregson. Fuck him.
You know, these young drivers are hoping to win tons and tons of races. And late in their career, Jeff, or after they're retired,
oh, man.
certain ones, and this is the track they're going to look back on. I mean, this is a place that Hall of Famers, the biggest names in the sport, have gone to victory lane.
This is it, man. Darlington and Daytona, they're the two biggest racetracks we go to, period.
Same thing in Supercross racing. You ask a racer which race they want to win. It's Daytona Supercross or perhaps the season opener.
All right, so Noah Gregson right now, his focus has got to be on the launch. Remember, he's on old tires. The last time he restarted, he was on new tires. They're not going to accelerate the same
I'm
way.
terrified right now.
You have to be careful not to spin these rear tires. You need to enter turn
I don't know
one
why.
clear of the 22 of Austin Cindric so he can't take the air off the side of your car.
Let's go, Cindric. Let's go, Cindric. Noah, Cindric, Harrison Burton, Justin Haley. 2 to go. Noah got it. That's over. Good God. That outside line just fucking shit the bed and gave the race away. Oh, well. It was a nice thought that Cindric might get lucky and win this. But it's over. Noah's pulling away. Harrison did get a nice run off of 2, but God damn it. Stop getting my hopes up, Harrison. You're not going to win. You didn't dive bomb nearly enough. You're going to have to go in there and hit his ass if you want to win this. 1 to go. We've hit the white flag.
That's where he's good at. That's where he's most comfortable.
Neither of these two drivers have won in 2021. One is looking to get to victory.
Harrison's 2 sideways there off of 2. Good run. Dive. Dive. Dive, you motherfucker. Dive! You fucking pussy. Pussy! Oh, whoop-de-fucking-do. Well, a broken clock is right twice a day. I guess Noah was bound to win again eventually. Even though other than Riley Hurst, he's like the worst driver in a good car I've ever seen. And because I don't want to hang out and watch this fucking asswap's post-race interview, and I want to go eat, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. That was a great race. I hate you, Harrison Burton, for having the audacity to get my hopes up there. Oh, well. Congratulations to Noah for winning because the best car in the field got a bogus pit road penalty. Solid stuff there, guys. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon, probably. If I'm awake, I'll do the truck race. One thing I know for sure is you will see me here